George Pickens has round one value. Round one value. You can run from it if you want. You can argue CeeDee Lamb and Georgie Boy can't both be top 6 wide receivers. It can't happen. Dak would have to go to the moon. Dak can't win a playoff game. Dak's playoff abilities have nothing to do with this conversation. And Dak can support 2 top 6. One could be 5, one could be 6, one could be 4, one could be 8. Pickens is going, in my opinion, going to rotate with CeeDee Lamb for being the number 1 wide receiver in the Dallas Cowboy 2026 offense. I have no doubt about it in my mind. Watching him in camp right now, watching how possessed he is, he's fighting for money. He's on the tag. He was told, go prove it. He did. He was wide receiver 5. Now he's being told, go prove it again. He says, okay, I'll do it. I'll go prove it again. And he's going to. And he's going to get the bag. CeeDee Lamb is fantastic. This is not a demotion. This is not me saying I don't like Lamb. This is not me saying I don't like Lamb in round 1. This is me telling you that you're winning a league with with George Pickens in round number 2, when he, in hindsight, not asking you to draft him in round 1. Please fully understand what is being said here. In hindsight, George Pickens will have been worth a first-round pick in 2026 at the end of the fantasy football season. The graveyard show begins right now. The fantasy football show begins right now. File on in.
You're watching a
graveyard stream.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
On the clock here, I could take lamb chops if I want. But you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to grab Ashton Genty. And we're going to put on the Gunner glasses. For those of you that don't have Gunners, go check out Gunner.
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
I only wear blue light blocking glasses, by the way. That's all I wear on this channel. They could be the Amber Max orange color. They could be the clear yellow tint. They could be the sunglass tint. You know, people say, Smitty, this guy wearing his sunglasses, what a buffoon. Well, my eyes are protected. And I don't get migraines. I used to get migraines all the time. I don't anymore. It's because I wear Gunners. But that's neither here nor there. That is just the way it is. Now we're on the clock here. And it's easy to say A.J. Brown, London, Bowers. I'm going to go Pickens here early. It's the draft slot, unfortunately, is forcing my hand to go Pickens here if I wanted to prove a point here. I usually do, no matter what, draft best player available. And sometimes I'll fudge it a little bit just to show whether something works or doesn't work at the cost of a 5 or a 2 or a 1 or a $3 draft. This is a Best Ball Mania $25 entry, though. And I don't feel bad about this at all. I'm starting to think that for those of you that are living at that 12, 13, or that really the 11 and 14 pick, the 10 and 15 pick, this is becoming a pretty decent option for those that don't want to walk out unbalanced. And I don't blame you for 1 second not wanting to have an unbalanced team. I prefer to have a running back, wide receiver, or a wide receiver running back. Now, I still very, very much love having a Brock Bowers built team as well. But the Brock Bowers built team is a little bit easier from the middle of the draft. If you go Brock Bowers at the top of 2, it makes it real difficult when you get back around. But it's still doable. There are 100,000 ways to win. This right here, early George Pickens, doesn't feel bad at all. I mean, that might seem like an early pick, and look what it did. It shoved, the running back wall. No matter what, this running back wall pretty much goes unimpeded. And it went Hampton straight down. I'm the only one that broke up the running back run. But it still stayed true, and then AJB fell all the way to the JSN pick, which normally doesn't happen. But I don't think this looks lacking at all. George Pickens, to me, is a top 5 wide receiver. This doesn't feel crazy. I'm feeling like this has been neglected. I feel like the Pickens at the beginning area of round 2 has been overlooked. I feel like it's a solution that's been sitting there for the taking for many people. And even an Achane Pickens combo almost feels just as good as a Genty and Pickens combo. I feel like the ADP's off. I feel like the JT and or Cook with Pickens here is obviously good too. But I feel like the Achane and Pickens ADP is so off. I don't care if I'm drafting it. What's with Zay Flowers going 3 point? What are we doing? What are we doing? What kind of Mickey Mouse moves are we doing? Flowers at 3.1. Let me guess. Devontae Smith right here. We're going to ruin a Bijan Neighbors stack, which is looking real nice right now. Let's just put Devontae Smith right here. Nice pick. Nice move. That was good. Almost crapped the bed. This will be, okay, Bowers Puka. I mean, could have a suspension. Maybe you don't. Very good start here. This is just going to be the Devontae Smith situation. We already ruined a team over here with Zay Flowers. Not that Zay Flowers isn't good, but that's just ridiculous, irresponsible. And you could say, Smitty, you just drafted Pickens at number 14 overall. Or 15. 15 overall. That's not irresponsible. This is misplaced. I don't mind snagging it. Pickens was remarkable last year. Let me put Pickens' lineup here. And if I was to project Pickens' 2026 numbers, his 2026 line, I don't think we're that far off, if not higher than last year. I definitely don't think we're off. I think it's a duplication at least. And I'm almost on the clock here, so we'll go to the board in a second. But that is where we're at right there. On the clock right now. Let's switch over here. We got Kyron, Ladd, Josh Allen. Josh Allen's interesting. Genty, Pickens, Josh Allen. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep just taking the pick that feels the best. The best player available. Genty, Pickens, Josh Allen. Probably one of the most uncommon combos you could find, as the kids say. And I got another pick approaching really quickly. I've got a couple players in mind. Wide receiver would be nice. Colston Loveland's there. Should we do the complete balanced build? What do you guys think about Loveland right here? I love ETN. I like Loveland. I like Garrett Wilson. What do you guys think? We're almost on the clock. All right, we're on the clock. Do we go Loveland or Garrett Wilson or ETN right here? Love all of them. Mike Evans is nice. Should we try a completely balanced approach or should we swing a little bit? Let's try it. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good to me. I like the look of that. I've never built a team like that. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Patrick, by the way, I appreciate you becoming a member again. I see you got that, then you got the priority comments. But I will say, swinging in here, you haven't been here for a while. And the first thing you type is, no! Like, why'd you catch up? Hold on. You're pronouncing Travis Etienne's name wrong? No, I'm not. Who cares? I'm not changing it. You've been here long enough to know that I'm not saying Achane. You're pronouncing it wrong by appeasing his late name change. He's had it long enough to have it changed, bro. Yeah, he's wrong. We're not wrong. ETN's wrong. I'm not changing it. I'll say ETN, aka Achane sometimes if I feel like wasting words that I'll never get back. But nice try, thinking you have one over on Smitty. Smitty, who does this every day for a living, doesn't know that he changes. Haven't you heard? Toyota? Why would I not know that? Why would I not know that? You've been here long enough. I want to be called Shimate all of a sudden. Call me Smitty. I didn't want to say anything over the 5 years of you guys calling and go, what's up, Smitty? Hey, is this Smitty? It's Smitty. I didn't want to say anything. I know it sounds kind of rude. It sounds kind of like, I don't know, arrogant to make you say it the French way. But it is what it is. I'm not drafting when it changes their name, says Michael. That's the way I feel. I feel about it. All right, we're getting close to this pick here. Bucky's there. Trey Henderson's there. Trey Henderson's trending to be in line for this pick. Carnell Tate's there. Pretty nice looking options. Bucky or Trey. I think I'm going Bucky or Trey. Doomsday's nice. Watson went okay. Drake May, I don't need that. It's also MHJ's kind of good on the flip around. So I think I'll probably go. As much as I love Trey Henderson here, I think I'm gonna go Bucky, and then grab the cuffs so that I can secure it. Whereas Hendy's great, I love it, but I want to have a more secure RB2 since I waited so long. And then on this flip around, feeling real good about MHJ in that territory. I wouldn't be afraid to go RB here if, let's say, Hendy does fall, though, and I'll just go cheap wide receiver shopping later, which I feel very comfortable with, given some of the techniques that we're implementing later in a draft that are pretty easy to pull off at this point. All right, let me hit these super chats. I'm sorry if I've taken so long to answer these. Mark, appreciate you. Says Pickens after JJ makes my head hurt sometimes. That's your problem, not mine, Mark. I'm taking Pickens over JJ every time. Wow. I think I gotta go Hendy here. I'm gonna be starving at wide receiver, but I like the plan of attack here. Man, MHJ's nice, but I'm going Hendy. I'm going home run. One wide receiver through 6 rounds. This is a good looking team though. A lot of upside at the RB room. Pickens is my one. Josh Allen, Loveland. Very unique build. Very uncommon, common, as the kids say. Kiko with a $20 super chat. Kiko, appreciate you very much, young man.
Alert. Super chat alert.
You're saying his name wrong. LOL. I told y'all, you really think you got me, didn't you? Told you about Caleb Douglas. You didn't tell me about nothing, Kiko. I like Caleb Douglas, though. He looks pretty good, but it is Chris Bell's team once he comes back. Shout out to my boy Smitty. Thank you, Kiko. What's up with BTJ? He got taken before I had a chance to grab him here. I probably would have maybe grabbed BTJ right here, Kiko, by the way. Maybe even over Hendy, given my need for a wide receiver there. I didn't mind grabbing MHJ there, who is, I think, gone, right? Oh, yeah, he just went right there. Other players that could fall to me. I doubt DK makes it. Brooks should be there if I wanted to go Brooks. Michael Wilson will be there if I want to go Michael Wilson. My plan of attack, I don't really mind saying it and wearing it on my sleeve because I don't think there's a lot of snipers in the building here, but I probably will be very tempted to grab Debo at some point to make my wide receiver 3 or 2 and then cuff him to Stribling, and then like a Debo Stribling with Pickens will make me feel really, really comfortable with this very light wide receiver build that we're cooking in oil here. Is this a fair trade? Achane, Jeremiah Love, and Breece Hall for Genty, Walker, DJ Moore. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good trade. I don't know if it's Dynasty. I probably would have rather have... Wow, it's pretty even anyway. I would rather have Achane, Love, and Breece Hall. You know what? I don't know. Chat, what do you think on that one? Portland Sutton's really nice here. You guys know I love my Jonathan Brooks, but I might have to forego this on this little draft. I can't draft him in every draft. And Sutton's a fantastic wide receiver here. Jonathan Brooks. And then if I go, let's see here real quickly. I'm trying to ADP count on Debo. Debo goes 128. And then, so that means I can wait till the next pick, probably. Even the next pick, maybe. And this one, I don't necessarily need to go wide receiver. I could certainly take a little hit stop at another position. Had Brooks lasted, I would have probably taken Brooks. Loveland and Fannin is nice. I don't mind kind of bully tight end right here. I would love to take a wide receiver. Wilson was the one that I was considering, but I don't know that I care too much about this group right here. Diggs is pretty decent. I don't mind Diggs, but I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go bully tight end here, and then when I come back around, I'll get Debo. If not that, I mean, I could even go Debo right here, but we'll see how it feels in terms of how the board's going. As far as your trade question, I could go either side, bro. It's such a tough one. Achane, Love, and Breece Hall versus Genty, Kenneth Walker, DJ Moore. I think I lean toward the Achane side by a hair. But chat, could you vote on this one, please? Would you rather have Genty, Kenneth Walker, and DJ Moore? I mean, you didn't say Dynasty or Redraft. I'm going to assume that this is... I guess answer both if you can. Next time, put Dynasty or Redraft in if you could. I'd probably say... I mean, if it's redraft, I'm definitely not going to DJ Moore. Or if it's Dynasty, I'm not going to DJ Moore side. If it's redraft or Dynasty, I still think I'm leaning toward Achane. Redraft, DJ Moore, Walker, Genty. Dynasty, Achane, Love, Breece Hall. Final answer. Because DJ Moore is going to have a good year, but it's going to be 1 year. Kiko, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Pickens after JJ still makes my head hurt, says Mark. Again, Mark, I'm sorry you're having that problem. And then this one right here, told you about Douglas. Malik Benson next. Malik Benson is pretty decent, but the pathway for him isn't exactly like wide open. I'd rather have Cyrus Allen by a country mile or Stribling over both of them. But as for George Pickens, just real quickly, we'll get back to the draft. I'm just going to say we're going to do projections, right? So if we're going to maybe try and cook up some projections for Georgie Boy 2026, I'm probably going to put them along the lines of Pickens projections. I'm going to say 100 receptions. 1395, so not a better receiving yard year, because Pickens and Lamb are definitely going to cannibalize somewhere, and that's not even that big of a deal. It even could be 1350. I'll do that just to make sure we're making a decent drop somewhere. 1350, and then I'm going to say 12 touchdowns. So 3 touchdown increase, just small, less than 100 yards, downgrade. Probably something along 50 to 75 yards less, and 7 more receptions. So a better year. This is a better year. This is a first-round wide receiver. This guy should be drafted in round number 1. No one's suggesting you do. No one is suggesting you draft him around. Can I make that abundantly clear? No one is suggesting you draft him in round 1, but this is a wide receiver. This is a round 1 wide receiver. Let's see. Genty, Pickens, Josh Allen, Loveland, Bucky, Hendy, Sutton, Fannin, Debo Samuel. And that guy must be watching. You sniper, bro. Took Gainwell right there. I should have went Gainwell than Debo, but that's all right. You can't hold me back, baby boy, because I've got Hendy also. So, but that was a jacked up move. Who can we snipe on his team? Okay. I'll get you back. I picked before you do, and Kenny Keaton Mitchell's mine. You got Hampton. You should have grabbed Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell's mine. You take my Gainwell, I need another running back, so Keaton Mitchell's mine. Pickens, Sutton, Debo, Stribling. That wide receiver room worked out pretty well. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like Sutton, Pickens, Debo, Stribling, I think I'm pretty solid there. Bucky, Hendy, Genty, Pickens, I love it. Allen, Loveland, Fannin. All right. Brody, appreciate you. Is it fair trade? Yeah, I gave you my advice on that one. Is it fair? Either way, it's fair, I guess, to answer the question there. But I'm taking in redraft pretty easily the DJ Moore side and then flip it in Dynasty. Thank you again, Brody, for the super chat. KCM, appreciate you dropping the super chat. KCM says, 12-man Dynasty PPR, what do you think of CD for Javonte Williams and Price? I don't think it's horrible, but you're kind of buying Price on a valuation that he doesn't have yet, so I don't like that you're advancing that value. But, I mean, it's decent. I guess I'd rather have CD Lamb. But stacked at wide receiver. Maybe you can do something different with Lamb. Can you go get I mean, look, Jeremiah Love is not that hard to get using Lamb. You could use a Lamb and a pick for Love and something. You could go after, Hendy or Tootin with a wide receiver if you're looking for a running back. I like Price a lot, though. I do. Looks like Keaton Mitchell got taken. I need another quarterback, so team's looking good. All right, phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Yeah, try doing something different, bro. I think you're buying on upside, which is never advised to go buying on the value that we. Am I drafting Dak with the Lamb or sometimes, not every time. Not every time, my friend. You don't always have to stack. Let's go with Travis Hunter here. So Debo, Stribling, Hunter, Sutton, and Pickens. Not bad. What's up, Michael from San Diego? You're live.
What's going on, Smitty? So since I heard you say Pickens, in your opinion, is a top 5 wide receiver, does that mean you have him over CD Lamb, or are they both top 5?
I mean, I don't rank him over. As I said, you can't draft him over. It's
no, of course not. I'm just saying, like, in your opinion, in terms of who's
like vacuum conversation, I think he outscores him. I think Pickens outscores him, but I don't think it's going to be like a wide margin. It's just second round playing the same level as first round CD makes the second round Pickens, who plays exactly the same, way better value. So I think this bodes well for Dak, but it doesn't mean Dak has to be QB1. People are not very educated on that concept, that they think if you have like wide receiver 6 and 7 or 5 and 6, or that you have to be QB1, but that's not the case. And not to mention that this offense, unlike any other, is almost like year to year guaranteed to be like a top 5 or 6 overall attack. So, you can borrow, if Lamb stays healthy, some of the production without pulling from without pulling from what Pickens did last year, some of the production can get pulled from the tight end room, the third wide receiver. Let me merge Mark in. Hold on. Mute yourself. I'll be right with you, pal. But yeah, I think, and this isn't that far off. Like when I scroll back up and you look at where CD Lamb went, he went at number 11 and I took Pickens at number 15. So, but I wouldn't draft Pickens over Lamb because I don't have to. I reached really.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't bring that part up. You don't have to.
This is about as high as I would take Pickens because I guess there's a world where I just want to build an uncommon team. The uncommon common. By drafting Pickens, maybe once or twice this high, even if it was like 13 or 14. I could do it once or twice. You just shouldn't be in a habit of it. You can get Pickens in so many other drafts. The reason I did it is because I definitely want to showcase some different alternatives to when you get the 10 or 11 or 12 pick. There are other alternatives. Everybody feels like they have to go running back. And I just think that there are other options. This is one of them, and I love it. I think it looks amazing.
There are other options, but I've been drafting a lot more, or mock drafting a lot more lately. I do think that's the strategy that gives you the most success. You're going to put it in percentages, running back. There's just such a drop off this year.
I don't agree. I don't agree at all.
I mean, I do like Tootin late. I like where Bucky's going. Like, I like those guys as potential 2-3s, but I think I'd rather have first and second round.
The truth is you could win either way, but I don't think there's an advantage. I don't think running back's an advantage from 11, 12, or 13 because you have a wide receiver deficit. But it's apples to apples. You're going to have better wide receivers if you go A.J. Brown or Pickens at the second round pick. And you're going to have a slightly lesser running back 2 situation. It's just pulling from one and rebalancing the scale. But if we're drafting maybe earlier on and some of our steals were making it, now Buka's never even there. If Buka was still there, it changed the game a little bit, but now it's not even close to being, or it's dead even. It's not some sort of, I think, off balance thing anymore. Now, everybody's strategy is different. Like, you might be a really, really good running back drafter in general, and so that's going to cater to what your skill set is. But in general, there's more benefits to walking into rounds 3 and 4 at the turn, having balance, because you're free to do whatever you want. If you go running back, you are so pressured to go wide receiver that you'll pick just whoever's there. Like, and that sometimes puts you in a box. But when Buka fell, it was amazing. Neighbors and Rice were also falling at one point to this territory down here at the, not always at the very, very end, but we were getting Neighbors and Rice at like this territory in the 3rd round. That was a great time to draft at 10, 11, 12. Specifically 9, 10, I would say. But since these players are all getting pulled up, all of our sleepers are no longer living anywhere near the end of the draft. It's just not a good looking team having McMillan and Higgins and Odunze, and it's not as good of a looking team to me as it was. It was very easy to pull off the running back at the 12 and 11 and 10 spots. It's just not anymore. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying it doesn't dominate anymore. I wouldn't advise anybody, just go running back now, no matter what.
But you look at that Taylor and Chase Brown start. That looks pretty nice to me too. I didn't see the rest of the team, but
yeah, but that's not the end of the draft. And I think that team looks awful with Devontae Smith and Waddle as the 3rd and 4th round picks.
Oh, he has Waddle.
Yeah, no. But that's a different draft slot. I don't mind going running back from the middle of the draft. I don't mind going running back from the 1 spot where you could just get a receiver at 3.1. I'm talking about when you're at 10, 11, 12 only. I'm not talking about running back in general. When you're drafting at the end of the draft, it is a tough thing to do now that all of our sleepers we've called from the beginning are now climbed up past that mid-third round territory. We were getting A.J. Brown and Rice or Neighbors at like the third to the last pick in the third round for a while. We had like one or the other rotating down that far. Now it's not even happening. Hold on a second. Let me grab an RB. Got 4 seconds left. I guess I'll go Mike Washington. Oh, it timed out. That's right. I'll get Mike Washington unless this guy wants to grab all my players. Cyrus Allen is a really good player to snag in this like 15 round territory. Yeah, like we were saying earlier, Michael, as soon as I get through this, I'll write down the 2 teams. I'm very much thinking balance wins the day at 12 and 13 right now. And 10. And I'll write down a couple teams. And you can be honest if you don't like what I'm cooking up here. But let me just draft Mike Washington real quickly to cure up my running back stable just a little bit more. Okay, so Mike Washington. Okay, so going to the board here. If you're drafting at by the way, I was on the clock in my buddy league, and I had to pick between Hendy and Tootin. It was one of the harder decisions I've had to make.
I think we got to go Tootin at this point in time.
Yeah,
responsibly.
I think because just logic is there that his coach and him and everybody involved knows he's getting at least 50 to 60% of the running back total usage, and Liam Cohen's talked him up like a mad dog. Just because we haven't heard a lick of anything from Vrabel or anybody about whether Hendy's going to be unlocked a little more, it's just kind of a smart play to go in the direction of Tootin. But here's what I was going to say.
A lot of footage of Stevenson crushing right now too.
Yeah, but yeah, not too worried about that. But yeah, we haven't seen anything verbally like, hey, we're going to give 2.1, 3.12, and 4.1. So if you're drafting here and you're getting, who do you like at 1.12 running back wise? Throw out your favorite.
I mean, is Genty going there?
Yeah,
I guess it depends on the format.
He's going there pretty easy.
Genty, Achan. Need some names.
You like AJ? You like AJB, or do you like London, or do you like Pickens?
I like AJ Brown.
Okay,
I like AJ Brown for sure.
And then, do you like ETN, or Ladd, or Garrett Wilson?
I go G Willie. Garrett Wilson there.
Are you an ETN fan?
Not really. Not.
How do you not like Travis Etienne in the 4th round, bro?
I want to see what the situation looks like. I mean, I don't think it's bad value.
Like
this, at Kamara being there as a pep.
This
I feel
team,
like there's better options.
This team right here is straight fire. Genty, AJB, Garrett Wilson, Etienne, and even better than that, you couldn't
get Tootin there instead.
You could draft Tootin here if you want.
Yeah, I'd take Tootin there. Yeah.
All right, let's go. If you want to do that early, Tootin, you shouldn't. Guys, don't do this in every draft, please. Tootin and G Willie, so you could do that.
It depends on the ADP. I do like Tootin over Etienne.
But here's the thing: is like you go all these different, Ladd and Garrett Wilson with the 2 running backs. Even this move, some of you don't love early Josh Allen, but this Josh Allen Loveland, AJB Genty is still fire. It's just fire. Let me see real quickly. I'm on the clock. What are my running backs? Different bye weeks. Malik Willis, Josh Allen. Tight ends, different bye weeks.
I do agree. Balance at the turn seems like the smart play.
It's just really.
When you write it out, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, isn't it? It's visually. It just. I mean, even if you want to go in a slightly different direction, but when you go with this, and I love Achan here too. When I write Achan, it makes me makes me want to do it when I'm okay. I can figure it out. I'll figure it out. And then, but you get down here and it's I like Ladd. I do. I like Garrett Wilson. This is a very nice looking team. It is, but for some reason it doesn't feel as potent and powerful as the one I just wrote. But it's good. It's close. I just don't know that if you're looking down the rosters and saying who has the best team, I don't know that everyone's going to select your team. I'm not saying it can't win and you can't figure out how to make it work, but I just don't think everyone's going to choose your squad in this situation. Hold on, I need a tight end. I just swiped out of the app. I can't stand that. They got to do something about that. Where's the damn draft? Do I have a full team? Was that the final round? Best ball, full team. Okay. So let me go back to the draft real quick. I timed out on who did I get? Parkinson? No, who did I time out on? Brissett? That's okay. I like Brissett. So this team right here, Best Ball Mania, I definitely normally do not love my teams from the 10, 11, 12 no matter what. But this one feels pretty good. Genty, Pickens, Josh Allen, Loveland, Bucky, Trey Henderson. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with the team that I have, just know you didn't have to go Bucky, Hendy. You could have went wide receiver. That might make you feel more comfortable. Like I could have taken, Garrett Wilson didn't fall, but like Garrett Wilson and Ladd almost. Or no, I could have taken Garrett Wilson. It's going that way. I could have taken Garrett Wilson or Ladd there, and that might have made some people feel more comfortable. I could have taken Tyler Warren at the Bucky spot. So I could have went Ladd, Warren, and then still got Hendy. So just understand there's a bunch of different variations that could have went down with that selection. But I do believe starting Genty, Pickens, and Josh Allen was really strong. And I still think the team overall looks pretty good. Debo and Stribling and Sutton and Pickens are pretty nice. I still got Travis Hunter, Tesla, Cyrus Allen.
You're not handcuffing Gainwell anymore?
I did, but the guy on the in the draft slot picked him early and sniped me because he's watching. It's just like I can't, bro. I can't.
Wide receiver one problem, Smitty.
Yeah,
you're double covered.
But that's all right. I understand people are trying to, it should be flattering. It usually isn't when someone's sniping me, especially really early. I kind of feel like, I don't blame them. This is their hard-earned money. They're trying to win the contest, and they're trusting the process. But again, Gainwell he has pretty decent standalone value, but I wouldn't recommend anybody reaching for him in snipe situations when you don't have Bucky. I think that he's a good pick if he falls to you properly as a standalone. But the whole notion of reaching and sniping old Smitty when you don't even have Bucky, it doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. But back to the conversation here at hand with good old Pickens. What are your projections for Pickens? I said 100. This is mine. 100, 13, 50, and 12. That was mine.
I'm thinking we talked about this a while ago, and I had a lower on the 900 to 1100 projection. I think I can eat some pro. I think it should be like 1,000 to 12. I think it should be 1,000 to 1,200. I just don't see him going for 13, 14 with Lamb having a healthy season. I just can't.
That's fine. Okay, so you want 11. Okay, and then how many receptions? Better than your 900 number. Damn it.
Yeah.
Travis, you there? Dial in.
Yeah. For me, it's just tough because I still think Lamb has to out-target him just for the role he plays, but Pickens is also going to eat splash plays.
I don't know that I agree with that.
So,
he has to out-target him. Pickens he's so special, man.
He is.
He is a top 5, 6 wide receiver. I don't care what anybody tells me. I just don't. I mean, I
like 85 catches.
85 catches. Okay. Well, hey, this is your opinion. I'm not gonna
I don't
argue.
know what the offense does. Do they lean into the pass more? I mean,
how many
should stay balanced like they were.
How many tutties?
Tutties, let's say let's say 8 touchdowns.
Ugh.
One less.
They're picking
one less touchdown.
Projections make me want to vomit.
I mean, we're going one less touchdown. I'm predicting Lamb to have a healthy, strong season.
Mark, Mark, that's you, right? Or who's on the phone? The other phone caller, whoever you are, you're live. Hello.
Me?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's up, Smitty?
Oh no,
Chuck.
Chuck's on the phone, but there's another.
Oh, another one.
647 caller, but hold on, 647. I'll be with you in a second. Go ahead, Chuck.
Honestly, for Pickens, I think he gets 12, 60, and 10 touchdowns.
And how many receptions?
I'd go 103.
103. Okay. Let's put that on here.
Smitty, what are your Dak Prescott projections then? I'm curious what you have Dak.
Well, I mean, again,
Pickens doing that.
Yeah, I love how people think it has to be something out of this world, which it does not. I think I don't know why the Toronto caller hung up or why he even called them. I went to him. Maybe he was talking and the phone line screwed up or something. I don't know. Call back if you want, bro. Why do I keep writing Chuck Nasty's name wrong? I can't. I'm like, am I having a stroke here? If I can't write it this time, guys, worry about me. Okay, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck.
There you go. And you said 103?
Oh, yeah, 103.
The thing that you got to remember is Aaron Rodgers in New York as a Jet in that putrid offense had Adams as, I think, 10, and Garrett Wilson was either 11 or 10 or 9, depending on your scoring. But they were both like top 10. and Aaron Rodgers was nowhere near a top 10 quarterback. So, point being that is you can have two top 12 wide receivers easily and not be a top 6 quarterback. Easily. It's not the most common thing, but it's very easy to do. So if you were to say
what are your Lamb projections then?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get a feel for like what the ratio is.
I'm not saying that Dak won't have a top 5 or 6 quarterback season. He certainly can. He has before. And he could also be 20 points off of being number 4 and still be number 7. You know, like that's the way the quarterback scoring is. If you look at projections, you have like Joe Burrow at like depending on your scoring, like 340, Josh Allen at 335 or 355. You got JD5 at 339. You have Baker at like 325. Like all these projections are like just so close. You know, it's wild when you look at them. And I'm not saying I agree with those projections, but if let's say Lamb, so put Dak up here, and then Pickens. So these are my projections. I don't know why I decided to write on the middle of the board and give myself no room. Pickens, let's say Pickens has the 100, the 1350, and the 12 touchdowns like I projected. Lamb Chops has 95. Let's say he has 13. See, that's the thing is and this is no complication to where I'm going with it. I'm just thinking I'm changing my Lamb projections. I think Lamb is going to be like 12, 80, 95 to 100. And then let's just give him 10 TDs. And I know this is crazy. Not only do you have 2,000-yard receivers, you got two 1,200-plus yard receivers. And I'm not saying that this is like a guarantee to happen. Projections to me are a little bit more loosely done than having everything add up and dot your I's and cross your T's and have it mathematically make sense with the quarterback numbers like airtight. I'm not one of those projectors because there's a certain projection that Pickens holds standalone, a certain projection Lamb holds standalone. Just like if you had 2 coins, right? And you flip 2 coins, but you're flipping them both individually, but you are flipping them 10 times each. They just have slightly different odds. It's not how I do my receiver versus quarterback projections, just so people know. It doesn't have to add up exactly, but if we're trying to make sense of it, this is 22 touchdowns. 10 and 12, 22 touchdowns. I mean, he has easily the capability of throwing 34, 35 touchdowns, not even being in a top 4 ranking. And then, the yardage here isn't crazy either. It's not like he's well under 3,000 yards. The exact total for this yardage, even if I was to no, I think I'm going to keep it. I'll just keep it right here because, again, my projections are different than everybody else's, how they do them. But this is only 2630. So he has plenty of room to get to 4,000. I mean, Dak could easily throw for 40. I mean, what do you think Dak will throw yardage-wise? I mean, there's so much room for more.
Yeah, I could see like 38 to 40 to 4,000. I mean,
yeah.
So you think it's going to be consolidated? I mean, I agree. I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, what if he has?
Those
What if he
guys
has
are gonna have massive pieces of the pie?
I mean, Dak could have 11 more touchdowns that are not going to these guys, and he could have essentially another 1,500 to 1,700 yards that don't go to these guys. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's what Jalen Hurts does the whole season. 11 and 1,500. No, he's double that. Exactly.
Dak right now is at 27.5 is over under for passing touchdowns.
You know what?
Yards at 4,000.
You know what's crazy is I joke around.
Easily doable.
What's crazy is I joke around about, this is what Jalen Hurts does. The surplus or the extra that he needs to get to the number that he's going is 1,511. But this is actually kind of like exactly double this, and that was Jalen Hurts gets. The scraps that Dak's going to get outside of the CeeDee Lamb and Pickens totals, the scraps that Dak will get, if you doubled them, that's what Jalen Hurts gets sum total. 3,022 touchdowns. But that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of yards and touchdowns that you divvy up for other people. And again, if let's say he had 4,000 yards and we're going to give him 33 touchdowns, right? 22 between the two receivers and another 11. So 33 TDs, 40, even if this was like 39, let's just put it down, 39, 90, 33 TDs, 13 interceptions, whatever this is. That's a normal Dak Prescott season. Everyone always thinks it's got to be like number one overall quarterback if you're going to do this. No, not at all. Let me go to the Toronto caller and then over to Travis real quick. But Michael, you can stay on the line. Chuck Nasty, just stay on the line. Go ahead, Toronto. You're live.
Hey man, how's it going?
What's up? Could you not hear me earlier when I was like, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah, it cut out for a bit.
Okay.
Anyway, I wanted to quickly talk to you about Zay Flowers ADP a little bit because I know you were talking about this last night, and have been talking about it for a long time. I used to be entirely on your side, and I started looking at some numbers today, and I'm not completely sure what to think now. So I wanted to share some of this with you and see what you think of it. I'm not really trying to argue that he's a great pick, but I'm seeing.
Can I stop you real quickly before you say anything?
Yeah.
I don't dislike him. He's a great wide receiver. And I also very much would draft him if he went at his proper ADP. But on screen right here in tonight's draft, he went at the 25 overall pick, the 3.1. So as you're telling me these numbers, which I already know, but let's let the audience hear them.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it's the worst picks in fantasy, especially with the changing scenario where we have no idea at all that he can replicate last year. But go ahead.
Okay, yeah. And just to be clear, my argument is not that Zay Flowers is a great pick. My argument is that he's not one of the worst picks in fantasy. And I'm not even sure if I believe this or not, but I want to bounce this off of you. And it's not so much about the numbers, but really how I'm interpreting them. Because we were talking last night about how he was I think, 7th or 8th wide receiver, depending on the format. That's with Lamar playing 13 games.
And BTJ was number 4 his rookie year and absolutely failed. I'm just saying you can't just say he did this and then he's going to do it again. But go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So I agree with you that the coaching situation is a little bit concerning. Maybe the disagreement is how much of a concern it is. But at his current ADP, is being drafted as a wide receiver 17. It seems like some of this risk is being baked in. And that's also with Lamar missing a quarter of his games and not being fully healthy for some of the 13 that he did play.
Okay, let me stop you there. I'm going to stop you every time I hear something I disagree with, like mightily.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's the 12th drafted receiver here. And this isn't every draft, but this is what we're seeing quite frequently. So I disagree with what you're saying. He's not the 17th drafted wide receiver. Absolutely none of it's baked in. You're drafting him at his absolute ceiling. He has to be perfect. He has to do what he did last year, or he's not worth drafting in this territory. But go ahead.
Right. So I'm not using the ADP of the draft you just did. I was using the ADP on your website. I think he was the 16th or 17th receiver.
That you're going off my rankings, or probably you're not going off the ADP. This ADP is on the website. This ADP is the exact ADP on the website.
I can, if you want, I can show you what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the ADP where it's a picture of everyone's face, and it's,
okay.
I'm definitely ADP.
Well, I have. By the way, I need to update that. It's a couple of days behind. Zay's been climbing, so I guess maybe I need to check whether I imported that one you're looking. Okay, go ahead. You could be right on where he was at, but even if he was, let's just count because for a fact he's been in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's been 14 or 15 pretty much for a long time now. So I don't know how he would be 17. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm looking at ESPN and Yahoo. Well, when I see 16, when I see 17, maybe we can call it 15 or whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. But all I'm saying is if he was a 20, and again, I'm looking at ESPN right now, and this could be off, but it says 24th best player in fantasy last year if you get rid of quarterbacks. And no quarterbacks go ahead of him ADP-wise. So I think you can just throw out quarterbacks. And I'm seeing him as roughly the 37th drafted player in ADP. So is it not fair to say that a little bit of this risk is being baked in?
No, I mean, Mark, I don't know. It's Mark, right? This is Mark.
No, my name is Hank.
Oh, Hank. Hey, sorry, I thought you were Mark because Mark, you're in Canada too, or in Toronto, aren't you? All right. So again, the answer is no, because he's going in the middle of the third round. Now, in platforms where he goes in the fourth round, that's where I would draft him. So in the context of where he's going when we're drafting, where he's going traditionally on underdog, which is where we mostly draft, with the caveat that if you draft in a format where you're not seeing this ridiculous worst pick in fantasy football ADP, then of course. But I even led with that if he's going in, let's say you're saying 36 overall, he doesn't have 36 overall ADP. You're saying he's going as the 36th drafted player. He's going, well, right now he's going probably on average 30 or 31 probably, or even 29. So if he was going in the 40, let's say 40, 37, 38, 39, 40 overall picks, that would be a fourth drafted player. I'm starting to get back on board because I like him. But we're talking about, like, you see it right here. This is a draft we just did. He went at 25 overall. He's steadily climbing. He's ripping up the board. The ADPs are moving. Any other ADP you're looking at, I can't help that they're either A, not updating it, or B, it's so weird because it's Yahoo and the suggested rank is influencing where people pick him, so he stays down and at bay. I just drafted on Sleeper, and Achan's going 11. Achan is constantly falling for us in this middle of round 2. So where you go is very, very different ADP. But it's not baked in at 25 overall. It's not baked in at 27 overall. It's not baked in at 28 overall, 27 overall. It's not. No matter what he did last year. You can read off last year's stats all you want, but the whole offense is changing. Everything's going to be different. And you drafting him anywhere near this ADP value here that we talk about, that we're referencing, this 25, 24 overall draft selection that we're referencing when we see it. And I say this is the worst pick in fantasy, and he's sitting there at 25 in this draft. Like, you can't reference like 4.1 ADP in the same conversation, because that's totally different Zay Flowers cost.
Yeah, I understand someone just reached for him in your draft, and so that looks really bad. Where do I see this like updated? If I want to know the ADP of someone in the last week, where do I look to see that?
Well, I'll update it on my site tonight, so you'll have an update on there. But right now, if I go to his ADP on Underdog, it is, and you know how you can know is if you just do a draft, the pre-rank is the ADP. So all you have to do is look at that. His ADP right now is 30.5. That puts him right where Rice is. Rice's pick right here is his exact ADP right now. Rashee Rice, right in the middle of the draft. That is some of the worst value in fantasy. Not Rice.
Okay, yeah. Clearly my numbers are outdated because my whole argument was for Zay at around 37. My argument wasn't for Zay around 30.
No, that's 4.1. Yeah.
That's just what I was seeing on Yahoo and
Yahoo's a little different.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ADPs are different on different platforms.
Yeah.
I'm very clear though, at least I thought it was. I'm very clear about when we're talking about I'm pointing to whatever's triggering it. We're saying this right here, Zay Flowers. I think I even said earlier, I'm not positive, but I think I even said I would take him later. I don't hate Zay. I'd take him in 4.2, 4.5. When Ted McMillan, who's now finally in 4 again, like steadily, he was climbing to the middle of 3, and I said the same thing about him. What are we doing? This is stupidity. And now Ted's back in the 4th round, which is still a little high for me personally, but I understand it and I don't hate it. And I'm not making fun of it. It's not Planet Uranus material. It's not, you're going to lose your league. You don't hear me clowning on Ted 4th round ever. But I just don't personally love the value. It still feels like you're not getting as much value as some of the other picks around it's not about Ted, it's about the other players around him. But when Ted was going 3.5, I complained every day when I saw it, just like I'm doing with Devontae Smith and Zay Flowers.
Right. Yeah, no, I know you don't hate Zay, and for the record, I don't love Zay. That's not lost on me at all. I'm truly just want to talk about the value of the ADP, but clearly I was about 7 picks off of the updated numbers, so it kind of doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, and like even Michael said right here, he says, I seen him taking 26 overall in a 10-man yesterday. Smitty surely couldn't, and I'm a huge Lamar guy. I mean, it's happening like clockwork. Let me go look at my buddy league real quick right now, and I'll tell you where he went on Sleeper, because Sleeper is going to have a little bit of an influence. Let me see where he went in this draft right here. So this is my 10-man buddy league, and Zay Flowers went. Let me see. Hold on. Maybe he was a steal on this one because I got Neighbors in the 4th round.
Yeah.
But let me see where he went because I don't remember. I know I wasn't targeting him, so it didn't really matter. Zay Flowers went at pick number 5.5. 10-man. 10-man, but 5.5. That's fine. That's good value. I don't mind that.
That's good value, yeah.
But I also got Neighbors, though, for context. I got Neighbors at 4.5. I got Bashal Tune at 6.5 right now.
Right.
10-mans are great. Problem with 10-mans is anyone can win it. That's, you do a 14-man, can't trip and fall into a victory on a 14-man. You will not win. You cannot accidentally win.
Yeah, that's true. I love 10-man. I love how juiced up everything is.
Yeah, it's nice to have a 10-man in a 10-man league in your life. It really is. I mean, because you need to have a little bit of if things go awry, a league where you're like, okay, this could pick me up this weekend, guys. Even if you're not winning it, your team's going off or something. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs one. Let me go around the phone line. Hank, you can mute yourself if you want. Stay on the phone line if you want. Travis, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, just going back to the Pickens and stuff, I was gonna say Dak, if he's healthy, his floor numbers are 4,000 plus yards with 30 plus touchdowns.
Yep.
And if you look at what he's done, so like you were saying, it's easy to carry both those guys. I had Pickens at 90, 1,200 with 11 touchdowns, And then Lamb, I had at 100 catches, 1,100 yards, and I had him at like, call it 8 touchdowns. I did seven or 8 touchdowns. I think he gets about his average. But, you know, if that's like probably a little conservative on Pickens. I know Lamb can go off too, but it just feels like last year with Lamb out, Pickens and Dak really clicked. And, you know, if Lamb misses a couple games, those Pickens numbers are going to go way up because he didn't seem bothered at all by Lamb being out. You know, some guys see the number 1 or number 2 go out, they have trouble, but Pickens just went crazy when Lamb was out. So
Pickens is just, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I just feel, when I look at Pickens, I see the same operation, the same fluidity, the same movement as Jamar Chase. And he just he plays like him. You can get mad at that all you want. You can act like it's ridiculous, but the truth is he's doing what he's doing, number 5 overall numbers with Lamb on the roster. And if you put him with Joe Burrow as the number 1 and let's say put Chase on Dallas, I think Pickens would do what Jamar Chase is doing. I mean, he was number 5 last year. Not a stretch, you know.
And I get like he's listed at 6'3", 200, and I get Lamb is listed at 200 as well. But he plays more physical. Pickens plays a lot more physical than a lot of receivers. You know, he plays bigger than he seems, you know, weight-wise. So
he looks so good.
He may not even be 200 anymore. He might be like 215 at this point.
He looks electric.
He's a physical presence. He's just a monster, you know, the way he plays. It's hard to guard him.
Mm-hmm. He looks electric.
Oh, yeah, you see guys all the time, like they'll grab him, you know, like that's why I get so many calls against him, you know. He's just a big monster out there, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to handle.
Oh yeah.
Here's my buddy league. The hard part about a 10-man league is like you can never be satisfied because you want to have like everybody.
It's just
because you
dominate 10-man leagues. Yeah,
because you can grab pretty much anybody, and you have to pick and choose. So it's like, here's Hendy, Tootin, Adams, and Mike Evans, and you're like, and you're like, which one do I pick? And so I've been struggling to decide every pick. I'm torn. I'm very torn, and this isn't, everybody wants to say, no, it's a competitive league. I mean, it kind of is, but at the same time, 10-man, and then you throw in a little preference, and then it gets crazy. So getting Jackson Smith and Jigba at 1.6 was kind of normal. And in a 10-man, Genty falling from the 12 pick to my 2.5 wasn't that big of a stretch because that's like a 1 or 2 pick difference. Jeremiah Love going at 3.1, 3.2. For me, going 3.6, not a big, crazy stretch. The Neighbors thing was crazy because when I was on the clock with the Jeremiah Love pick at 3.6, he was the top suggested player. And I had to go 4 down and 4 back. 8 picks had to be made before my 9th pick from this Jeremiah Love. There's no chance. There's 0 chance. If I would have went Neighbors, which I almost did, I would have got Love. So I let it go, and then sure enough, Neighbors came right back to me at 4.5. Everyone's scared of the situation, whatever. And then when I came back to the 5.6, it's a 6-point per TD passing league, and Joe Burrow was there. I could have got Hendy here and then still got Tootin and then got, you know, a Nix and Baker, or Nix and Mahomes probably. I think I would easily get Mahomes and Bo Nix. And I really do partly, no, I don't regret it because 6-point per TD league, Burrow's going to crush. But kind of relative in a way. You know, it's all relative. If everybody's getting 6 points, it doesn't really change sometimes the actual reality of what that means. You know, where you're ranking these guys and who you're putting in. If Joe Burrow, I mean, Baker's going to get the same amount of escalated points, you know, so it'd only be different with a quarterback that run. Like, I think JD5 is going to score less than Burrow in this league than JD5 would score in the 4-point because Joe Burrow is going to have more of his touchdown production dominate JD5s. He runs more, throws less, and then Burrow separates a little bit. That's the only real difference. But Joe Burrow was...
That's why I like the 6 point.
Yeah.
The running guys are already getting an advantage with the yards they're running for. So they don't need advantage with rushing touchdowns too.
So Joe Burrow, and then I took Bashal Tootin. And Michael, this is what I was telling you earlier. Like the rationale for this, and I'm sick to my stomach over it, but the rationale for this is just that right now, Stevenson still is for sure in the pole position. And Hendy's getting 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns and 35 receptions in a sharing role last year. So I'm not worried about Hendy. Like this is in no way me doubting Hendy or me telling you guys, all right, let me rethink this. It's just deciding between Tootin and Hendy. Tootin is having his coach talk him up, saying he's going to have a great year. He's a touchdown guy. He's a guy, he's going to score a lot. Talking about him like that. And then Tootin telling you he's going to run for 1,500 yards and score 16 total touchdowns. He's telling you based on what he's feeling and seeing in practice and what his coach is telling him about volume. I mean, he's got a handle on what kind of volume he's going to get. Otherwise, why is he going to say something like that? If you were getting 10 hours of work at week or a week at work, you were getting 10-hour shifts. They're like, you're just going to give you 10 hours this week. I'm going to give you 10 hours this week. I'm going to get you 10 hours this week. Are you walking up to a microphone and going, I'm going to have 25 hours of OT this week? You know what I mean? Like it's very, very similar. You're not going to go out and make a statement that you're going to run for 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns if you don't feel like you're going to be fed. And we even calculated what that would be. 15. I'm not saying the 16 touchdowns necessarily is a lock, but he would have scored 21 last year if he got ETN's exact workload. And Tootin scores 1 touchdown every 13.9 times he touches the ball. Not that will exactly translate either, but I'm just giving you the numbers. But 1,500 yards divided by 5 yards per carry is 300 total carries. Divided by 17 is 17 totes a game. It's doable. You know, and if he did average more, let's say we take 1,500 yards, divide that by 5.4 yards per carry, which is doable. That's 277 divided by 17. That is 16 carries a game. So it just depends on what he gets per rip. But that's not crazy in Liam Cohen's offense. At a 61% workload for Tootin, leaving, you know, at least 40% for Rodriguez. I'm fine with that.
As much as people like C-Rod and worry about C-Rod, all that stuff, he's not a Ramondre. Like Ramondre's involved in the passing game and stuff like that too. So, yeah. And as much as people hate Ramondre, he's a solid player. He's not elite, but there's none of that threatening Tootin at all.
Also, you have
Tootin.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, like, I think people, this is a thing of, like, you know, people, like, forget things easily. Like, I'm sure, like, money had to do with something with it, but, like, they clearly let ETN walk because they felt comfortable in Tootin. Like, if you don't feel comfortable in Tootin, you're not letting a guy like ETN walk. Like, he was taking his work towards the end of the year, so that's just real quick.
Yeah. Luis dropping a 20. Well, no, this is old. I'm sorry. Luis, thank you for the other super chat. Scotty Dude dropping a $2 hauler. Ben snagging Chris Bell in all league sleeper on IR. Yeah, I mean, it is also, we will do a video at some point of who the IR drafts and stashes are. You draft them and stash them, then you get a free waiver pickup. But yeah, Chris Bell will be one of them. There'll be we'll come up with a list of them, but it's not a bad move at all. Because you get that extra spot back. Thank you for that super chat, my guy. All right, there's 10 minutes left on the timer. Any $20 super chat will extend the show additional 5 minutes. Who else is on the phone line? Let me see. There's somebody else on there. Chuck Nasty, Travis. Okay, I guess everyone's there. Michael, what else you got? What do you hear? What do you say?
No, keeping it on Tootin. I was a little late. I guess I was kind of late to the party on him. I wanted to see if he was going to get the opportunity. I liked what I saw on tape last year from him. Now I'm not as worried about C-Rod, but what's the overall upside you think he has in terms of like RB finish this year. He
Tootin?
is a pretty good value. Yeah, Tootin.
1,516
Like,
touchdowns. I think he can.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, that's
that's what he
like
said.
a mid.
That's what he said. I'm just saying. We got 20 gifted memberships from Shelly. Shelly, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Fantastic. That's an extender. So let me extend this. Thank you, Shelly. Appreciate you.
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes. Dude,
Shelly, I'm sorry if I didn't see that till now. I don't know how long ago that was. Shelly, you still there? That's an extender right there. So we'll put this back at 50. We'll just start it back at 15. Thank you, Shelly. That was Tootin's projection: 1,500 yards rushing and 16 touchdowns. I'm kind of kidding. I mean, could he get it? He would have had 21 if he just got all the work last year, based on his touchdown numbers. But I think he's going to have 1,200. I forget what my projection was last time, but just spitballing a new one, I would say 1,200 plus rushing yards, 400 receiving yards, 45 to 52 receptions, and 12 touchdowns. Or if you will, 1,500 total yards, which I'm fine, like a little bit lesser. So 1,500 total yards, 11 to 12 touchdowns, 1,500 total yards, and 45 to 50 receptions. I guess that one's pretty decent. I think that's what he could do. And so my decision between Hendy and Tootin came down to Hendy's not getting verbally, lifted up. And they're not. Not that he won't do well again. I don't want anybody to think this is me doubting or backing out or backtracking or feeling sour on Hendy. It's just Tootin and Hendy. Unfortunately, Tootin's got the keys already in his hands, and Hendy's sitting there at the table waiting for Papa to say, "You know what, son? It's time that you become a man. Here are the keys." It hasn't happened yet. Tootin has already had that conversation with Papa. So that's the only difference. As soon as Hendy gets the keys, I do kind of like Hendy more than Tootin. And again, he never got the keys last year, and he still had 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 35 receptions. That's his bare minimum number. So I hope Hendy makes it back to my next pick. I don't know if he will. But if he did, Neighbors did. The only problem is Hendy's the top-ranked player on the board again, just like Neighbors was. And I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more picks, and then I'm the 10th pick. I don't see how it's going to happen. I only hope it will.
I think Hammer has put a extender on Rumble.
Did he?
Well, I'm not seeing it either, but I just...
Hammer, did you put an extender on Rumble?
But yeah, and Shelly sent it to me. I'll send it to you right now.
Let me refresh it.
Yeah, I tried refreshing too. And
Rumble's had problems today because that crashed the whole stream earlier when Rumble cut out.
Yeah, I just sent it to you on IG.
Oh, I refreshed it and I see it there.
Okay.
Hammer time. Let me hit that.
5-minute extender.
the show has just been extended 5 minutes due to a $20 super chat.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Hammer. Hammer, you still there? I don't know why that didn't show up. I'll have to keep refreshing Rumble manually here, I guess, every couple minutes. More for me to focus on and worry about while I'm live streaming, but it is what it is. Hammer's super chat reads as follows. I don't know if he's here anymore. If I can even get it on my screen. There it is. All right, here it is. I love Pickens, but he hasn't surpassed CD. The fact CD came back after hurt and Pickens somewhat disappeared speaks volumes. I don't know if he disappeared, but because there was a run. Let me pull up their game logs here. There was a run where Lamb came back and he was still he got in his head and he was dropping balls. But I don't know if, I wouldn't say he disappeared. But let's put up their game log. So this is Pickens right here. I mean, he still had a good. Yeah.
I remember, Smitty, I remember that game against Detroit, though. Like, Lamb was coming on strong towards the end, and then he had that concussion. It was just so unlucky. Like, he had 100 yards in that first half.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I
see what he's saying.
Unrelated, though, I don't think he disappeared, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying Lamb didn't come on strong. I'm just saying I don't think it took him out of the game. Chuck Nasty with a $20 super.
Well, if you look, you pulled up the game log. Right? I'm doing it
right now.
If you look at the last month, outside of that Chargers game, it was kind of iffy for Pickens. The production wasn't there, so he is right.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, they both were choppy. Like, if you want to put it that way. All right, so here is.
That's true.
I mean, I don't think you can say that.
Lamb didn't perform either, but I mean,
yeah, but
his presence. I guess my point is his presence being there.
Come on, now you're trying to draw conclusions.
There were two games, okay? There were two games because week 18 you can't even really count for most.
Like he saw his mere presence. He saw him.
No, I'm going, Travis. I'm going week 14. So starting like week 4.
Hold on. Let me. I got him right. I got it right in front. Let me just put it up. Let me put it up. I got it right here. Hold on, guys. We got Pickens.
Detroit wasn't much.
Pickens.
Wasn't much.
Hold on. Pickens is on the left here. Okay. Pickens had on November 17th, 11 for 144 and a touch, 9 for 146 and a touch, 9 and 9. 6 receptions for 88 yards. Okay. Then he had 2 mediocre games against Detroit and Minnesota. And that's where Lamb had 2 great games. So there's 2 games. That's 2 games. I like it. And then he had a 7 for 130 and a touch against the Chargers. He had 7 for 51. Then he had 5 for 78 against Washington. He had 5 for 46. They're rotating there. And then he had 1 for 9 and then 1 for 4 in that obviously the game they did.
There was two weeks because I mean 5 for 78. That's still almost 13 PPR points. Can you call it a down? That's a down week for him across the board. Like
I think I
can survive. Travis, I'm more of a half PPR player, so you know what? I wasn't looking at it from that standpoint. It's a floor game.
Okay,
but I think but again, this doesn't diminish Lamb.
But it still translates.
Yeah, and I'm not diminishing that Lamb looked great, but we just can't say he vanished and Lamb took over or something. It was.
No, I'm not going to say that. He said that was his own prerogative. I think though, if Lamb has a strong start to the year, you see more games like that. 2, maybe 1 to 3 games at a time where it's like 40. He has a 40-yard game because he didn't need it.
Look at these monster games by both of them. 134, 168, 144, 146, 130. Look at these 110, 112, 110, 112, 121, 111. These guys are monsters. You know what? I got to draft attack stack in a league like tonight. This is Jones and me. I'm just getting all juiced up.
You also got to remember, like, that division, those defenses aren't exactly like the top at the top. So it's shootout, bunch of shootouts, So
yeah. Thank you.
Go crazy.
Thank you for the extender, Chuck Nasty. Dropping another.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes due to a $20.
I think that Giants defense is going to be pretty good, though, man. I don't know.
No, they'll be good, but you know what I mean.
Could be better.
Like top of the line, it's not like a Texans or Seahawks defense in there.
Yeah.
So I guess I would say this. I think we came to the conclusion pretty fairly that there was no vanishing act, but Lamb did look good. I mean, when we bring this, let me put it back up on screen. When we look at Lamb getting back in his groove here. 3 straight 100-yard games is beautiful. What were the touchdowns like though? So during those 3 games, he
not good.
He only had the
Not
one score this entire stretch though, which is a little concerning.
That's why I had them pretty close. Except I had Pickens with like 11 touchdowns and
that was my prediction too, Travis. I think Lamb gets the yards, Pickens gets the touchdowns. I think that's what it is. I think he has more touchdowns than what did he have last year too. I think that's going to go up.
Yeah, I think he's around his average, which is 7, I think, over his career. 17-game average.
Yeah. Let's look at their schedule real quick in their entirety. I'm going to go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. If anybody doesn't know, you can use the heat map at thefantasyfootballshow.com. So if I go to the start bench, I'm going to go to the heat map, and I'm just going to put one of them in there because it's the same schedule. So I'll just grab a CD Lamb. Here is the Dallas Cowboys schedule. And this is for, let me see if this is for week number 1. Okay, I want to change it to the season. It looks like it's the 12th easiest wide receiver passing schedule in the National Football League. It looks like if I nail it down to playoffs only, CD Lamb has and Pickens have the 23rd. It's the 10th toughest schedule. But it doesn't bother me so much in terms of the passing schedule.
They're so hard to cover.
Yeah.
With the way their offense is set
Yeah,
up.
they're like a totally different situation for a defense to pull
if you
off.
double them or go over the top, they go to Ferguson or
So I'm not worried about this at all. So you'll see though that the beginning is pretty. So 10th toughest playoff schedule, 12th easiest full season schedule. So that's pretty good. I mean, look at the beginning. It's New York, which I think it'll be a field day for them, even though they're not a green matchup. Washington, Baltimore. Then it's Houston, but Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Philly. We'll see how Philly does if they can be scored on.
Baltimore game, man. That's going to be a shootout.
Look at that stretch: Arizona, Indy, San Francisco, Tennessee. And then it's a little tough with the Philly, Seattle Rams, I will say. But again, passing scenarios it's hard.
Right, and sometimes the Rams in those games just say, "Screw it, we'll do a shootout."
Yeah.
When you go up against teams like that.
DK
Jaguars. That Jaguars game too has crazy shootout potential. That could go wild as well.
DK dropping an extender, my boy, with the extending it to 1732 roughly. Thank you for the extender, young man. Guys, get over to thefantasyfootballshow.com.
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes. To
get your year-round fantasy football information. Okay, DK, did I read this other one from Chuck Nasty, though? And Lloyd said, dude, where we at with RJ Harvey? LOL. What's the LOL referring to? Like, what is that? Is that like you trying to do like a dig or something? Or I don't know if that, because I can never tell when people will say, Smitty, how about your RJ Harvey call? It's like he had 12 touchdowns. It went pretty well. It went pretty well. So I don't know if that's what you're
RB 20 in half a season.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's what you're trying to say. If you did, you just wasted $2. But if you're actually wanting to know what's going on with RJ Harvey, I'd say Jonah Coleman and RJ Harvey are one of the craftiest running back threes, like flex plays that could turn even into a running back 2 if you just cup the 2 together. JK's already injured again. Like, it's going to be glory, man. And Harvey has a shot still. People writing him off to even hold off Jonah Coleman if he was to ball out. The offensive line's going to block a lot better. And, yeah. Tootin', Scootin', and Pickens to Andromeda Galaxy. Absolutely. Thank you, Chuck, for that $20 super chat. DK's $20 super chat says 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back, wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex. DK, Oh, defensive kicker. I was thinking DK Metcalf. Standard non-PPR 12-man redraft. Any thoughts on a league like that? 2 decades trying to win this league. 2 decades? Thanks, Luis. And show is fire. And is this year of CMC's backups? You trying to say is this going to be? It might be the Mason Garendo repeat for sure. It definitely could.
Definitely got those vibes.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think 450 touches, man. I mean, McCaffrey's already got tight.
Yeah.
I know last year he had tightness and we all freaked out, as we should have, and then he didn't get hurt. But 450, man, 450 touches. The odds are so against it.
He had 65 touches the year before last year, so 65 compared to 450. That's a little scary.
Also, chronic Achilles tendonitis. Chronic Achilles tendonitis doesn't go away. He definitely had some help with those injections in Germany, man. Oh boy, but it doesn't like heal you. He's 30 years old, and the Achilles tendonitis will return, and it's just a matter of like keeping it at bay. And they plan on curbing his activities, man, to keep him healthy. But the problem is everyone's going to get hurt. They're either not going to be able to do that, they can't afford to. But also, Debo's been lining up 50% running back in camp and 50% wide receiver. So they're definitely going to use Debo. Debo's such an attractive late round, double-digit round grab. Cuff him to dribbling, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. I even like grabbing Mike Evans and then Purdy. And then Mike Evans, Debo, dribbling. It just feels like it's going to pop. Like one of those guys is just going to go to the moon every week. But as far as this team goes, I would say 2 wide receiver mandatory, even with the flex, but it's 2 mandatory. It makes me want to go potentially running back. Running back is different in that format, but if you're drafting at the 11 or 12 spot, or maybe even 10, I still don't love it. I love balance more, as I just alluded to at the beginning of the show. And when we went through my draft selection, if you rewind, you'll see it where we're talking about that. But essentially, I don't think you're pulling off as good of a team than if you go balance. So, but if you draft in the middle or the beginning, running back crushes in a 2 mandatory wide receiver league. But if you get a 10 or 11 or 12 pick, go running back, wide receiver, or wide receiver, running back, if you can, if best player available will allow it. Like Genty and AJB is really, really good, or Walker and AJB, or Achane and AJB. I like all of those. Grab Drake May later. Balance gives you freedom to do whatever the hell you want when you get into the 3rd and 4th round versus feeling obligated to go with wide receivers because you got, all jostled up and screwed up by the board. Thank you, Hammer, for the super chat, the extender. Thank you, Chuck Nasty. Thank you, DK, and thank you, Mark, for the super chat. I don't know. Hammer, if you're there, dial in if you would like to discuss more on the CeeDee Lamb Pickens front. I know he's a big CD guy, and as you can note there, he definitely feels like CeeDee's still better value, but he loves Pickens too. I personally just think that there's a chance that Lamb outscores him, sure, but there's a chance they're like dead even, and at the cost, not the cost you saw me spend tonight, but at the cost of Pickens being at the 2-3 turns sometimes. It's just you measure out that, and you just got to say Pickens at cost is better than Lamb, but they might be equal in terms of production. I'm going to try and draft a Dak attack. I think the only problem is, can I sandwich it with other players that are pretty good that make it feel like not crazy? Like if you go Lamb and Pickens in the middle of one, you have the middle pick, you take Lamb, then you get Pickens. What are you going to be able to put with that? Like ETN?
Yeah, ETN or Javante, and then Tootin or Hendy. Maybe you go like Price on top of that or something, because you have.
What about? Let's draw it out. Let's map it out. See if we like the team. What about Hendy, Tootin, Hendy and Tootin? And ETN. Like, is that even doable? Let's see. Thank you.
I don't know if that's
10 man you could.
Point. Maybe.
10 man you could.
Yeah.
I hate these markers. They're so hard to erase. Hold on. Okay, so in 1, 2, 3, 4, you can't even see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we take lamb here, and let's call this 1.7, I guess. 1.7. Take lamb, take Pickens, take ETN. Yeah, you could get Tootin and Hendy. This is doable. You don't think so, Travis? I mean, Hendy's in the.
I don't know. I'm trying to look at the APs.
Yeah, if you look at the board I got right here, so Pickens in 2, ETN in 3, Tootin in 4 early, and then Hendy in 5. And Hendy's been falling, especially with Ramondre catching
you could do it.
Two scrimmage touchdowns today. Everyone's going to be so amped about that. And then Dak goes about what round?
Dak is 80. So what's that, round 7? Is it?
So what other running back could we, if we wanted to, get right here? The 6th round.
Is Price going in 6 or is he in 5 now?
This could work. I mean, Price or Brooks you could get if you wanted, and then Dak.
Yep.
So if we took Dak with one of the later picks after this, we could go. You could maybe get Price or Brooks.
Or Brooks. Yeah.
Brooks is early, but so Lamb, Pickens, ETN, Tootin, Hendy, Price, or Brooks, Dak. I like it, and then you could probably get Fannin in there. That's pretty good.
Yep, and get Fannin, and then you could end up for like Michael Wilson, and then you go with your guys later like Poker, Likely, Debo, Cyrus Allen, Hunter,
Debo,
stuff like that.
I guess
Brooks,
it'd be fun to try.
Yeah, it definitely couldn't hurt to try it. I mean, just one lineup, so. Brooks, do you think, like, because I think they said him and Chuba will be, like, splitting the first team reps and stuff in this scrimmage or preseason. Do you think this could be, like, last call to get Brooks at any type of discount?
Yeah.
Or do you think we still have a little time?
I think we got about a
I just think once people see him healthy and in games and
I think
there's still going to be some fear with him, though. People are still going to have that fear, like, hey, he's 2 ACLs down, you know.
I think we got about.
I don't know if he rises too much.
I think we got a week before he gets into 6, and then that's where it becomes difficult.
But it could also be like. It could also be like last year with Bill. Remember when Bill ran that like 50-yarder in, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's Bill time," you know, and he just rose up ADP. So all it could take is like a good 30-yard run for Brooks, you know.
So I keep seeing split things on him, that the team likes him, they want him to be their one, but then he's not doing well in pass protection. So, and with Bill, not Brooks. But
no,
I don't have a ton of faith. But I just hope I hope they give him a chance because he's the best back on the team.
Yeah, as far as talent goes, he out-talents Chuba for sure. At least he'll have the third down role.
Talking about
Bill.
Oh,
sorry, Bill. I was using Bill as like you know, like what happened last year, but yeah. Sorry, I thought we were talking about Brooks.
Well, let me ask you, go around the room here. Travis, do you think this team could win Best Ball Mania, or is it too... Because not every stack can win it. Not every stack can do it. They're not all designed to. They make you think, you know, you think maybe you can win because you're like, I really love the value of each of these guys individually, but once you combine it and you realize the cost of it all, it sometimes doesn't. You know, you look at other stacks where you're getting Adams in like 5, you know, you're getting Puka in 1, Adams in 5, Stafford in double-digit rounds. That's a stack that's spread out. This is not a stack spread out because you're taking a 1 and a 2 to get the stack. It's just not cost effective. I don't know. It depends on Tootin and Hendy, of course, and price. If these guys become top 6 running backs, or one of them does, and the other becomes top 10, then I think you can. But
yeah, I think it's one of those that it's one of the tougher stacks to the cost, because I think you're gonna have to hit on something nice, like really big at wide receiver. For those, if there's a couple weeks where Lamb Pickens, or if Lamb goes down,
I think if we tried it in weeklies, it would definitely have a shot for sure. Best Ball Mania would be tough. So my advice is, if you were to try it in weeklies. Don't try it in Best Ball Mania. Weeklies would definitely be a little easier. But the cost of entry might be harder too. It's hard to say like what that would look like. Thank you again, DK. Thank you, Chuck, for the extenders. Jake, I think, dropped a super chat here. Jake, appreciate you. I'm 12 team super flex 0.5 tight end premium. Would you take Pickens, Achane, Baker, and a third for Jordan Love, Lamb, JMO, Bucky, and Brooks?
Lad. Oh,
Lad. Sorry, what did I say? Lamb?
Yeah.
Love, Lad, JMO, Williams. Bucky, no.
Bucky and Brooks.
Oh.
No.
Pickens, Achane.
So,
would you take? Would I take it? Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry. I want a Pickens side by a mile. Sorry, I was reading it. Yeah, you can't. I like Lad, Love. I mean, I'd rather have Baker than Love, to be honest. It's not even upgraded. So Lad and JMO and I like Bucky, but there's risk there. You're cuffing. You need a cuff. Everything. I would probably say that. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna jump into a week. I'm gonna jump into a weeklies right now. I don't know if I want to draft the whole weekly winner on the stream. It depends if if extenders are there, I'll do it. But I'm gonna probably dip out when the extenders are out and finish the draft, or give it a couple more minutes or something. But I'm gonna try on weeklies right now and see what this will look like.
Gotta hit that like. We're only in the 60s again on the like.
60s. Underdog promo code Smitty. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000 in bonus credit. Just hit the link that's pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description of the video. And I'm going to try and draft. I'm going to try and draft in the weeklies. I don't know if I'll be able to get. I'm going to try and get this if I can. Depends on my draft slot. Oh, I get the one pick. I never get the one pick. I can get Pickens. Though.
Yeah.
I can get Pickens though. Okay.
Maybe that's what you have to do is say you want to do a strategy that won't work from the top 2 picks or top 3.
Yeah.
Then they'll throw you the one pick.
Jake, thank you, but definitely Jake, the Pickens Achane side, not even a hesitation, my boy.
If we have time, I wanted to ask that question from earlier that I said I'd wait till midnight
Got
for.
this, DK. Go ahead.
So it was on Patreon. He has Hampton as his running back, and it's a super flex league, and his quarterbacks are Goff, Young, and Stroud.
Goff. We got 2 super chats coming in. That gives us the bonus of an extra 2 minutes because we got 2 of them that came in. Let me hit that button real quickly.
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes.
But 5 minutes drop. 5 minutes per $20 super chat. Show got extended 15 minutes because Shelly and Jumpin' John want to see how this turns out. And Shelly's super chat said, "Can we get the Dak attack video?" I will hit that after Travis's question, 100%, or after we draft Pickens. Hopefully, we get him. We'll hit the Dak attack video. And Jumpin' John, $20 super chat. We like Walker, but feels like Walker is going to rush for 2,000 yards. Never had an O-line. I'm real excited about Walker, bro. Receiving big volume and receiving for Henry. Foolish to reach for these 2. So you want Henry and Walker? I don't mind that. That's a fun approach. And remember, you can almost do anything in weekly winners like that, where you're reaching a little bit. You're just trying to get that week, like that. If you want to try and do something, you feel like you're not really being smart about the ADP. Try it in weekly winners, bro. But I don't mind that. I mean, Walker goes right here, and Henry's going right here, so they're very close to back-to-backs. I would do it as close to 12 as you can, though. So well, actually, you could go Walker here too. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Jumping John, I don't mind it. But you're trying to do it. Okay, foolish I'm in an 8 in the 8 spot in a 10 man. I still don't think it's that crazy, bro. Do I think I could find better value? Personally, I do. But if you believe in Henry and you want freaking Walker, bro, I Smitty approve it.
It's not jumping that far in ADP. I mean,
yeah. All right, Travis, say it again for me real quick, please.
Yeah, and just interrupt me if your pick's coming up.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a super flex league. His QBs are Goff, Young, and Stroud.
Goff, Young, Stroud. And it's a super flex, you said.
Yep.
Okay.
And also for context, he has Hampton, because I'm going somewhere with that.
Okay.
He needs to decide. He wants to know how much of his fab money, or like how he should split his fab money up, or should he just all dump it on one player? The 3 players that are out there is Tootin, Malik Willis, and Keaton Mitchell.
Hold on a second. I'm on the clock here.
Yep.
Oh, man. I was going to time out, so I had to just grab McBride because the app crashed on me. Drake London or Rashee Rice. What do you guys think? 5 seconds.
Kind of like London. Fix it London.
All right, let's try London. Okay, I'm sorry.
Extender from Kenny.
Okay, let me hit that.
That's an extender.
Let me hit that, and then I'll have you keep a reading.
Yep.
Kenny with an extender. Appreciate you, Kenny. What is your prediction for Christian Watson 2026? Do you notice a role change at the end of the season? Did you notice a role change? I did, but they have a new offense. They have a new scheme, so they're ripping. That's the part you got to be careful with. Zay Flowers and Christian Watson and guys that are in. You can't look at last year and go, oh, it's a whole different system. But I still think that doesn't change that they're going to want to build around him given the success. So I think he has a good chance. But remember that this is a team that they spread the ball around to different wide receivers. And we still, kind of like Ray Rice, we still need to see Christian Watson put it all together. And so there's a little fear of that. But I think that he's pretty good. I just don't know if I love some of the ADP that I see of Christian Watson. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. If you got to draft him like in the 5th round, it's just way too high. But I don't mind him. It's not horrible value. It's not. Look, Devontae Smith in weeklies. This is weird because his ADP is a little lower, and he is the 4th ranked player on the board now in weeklies. However, his ADP is right here where Zay Flowers is, so people have been reaching. Jacobs was an awful pick. Javonte was a big reach. That's probably why.
Yeah,
that's
a big one.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. Okay, Travis. So Hampton, who's next?
So they're doing their rookie draft, and after the draft waivers open up, he wants to know how he should split up his fab, or if he should just dump it all on one player. The players available that he's looking at are Tootin, Malik Willis, and Keaton Mitchell.
Oh God!
So Hampton, Keaton, right? This is tough.
Full Tootin.
Part of me says just dump it on Tootin because the upside is so crazy.
I don't even like. This is the easiest question maybe I've ever been asked in my life.
Okay.
Oh yeah, bro. I don't even want to hear their name. Like I heard them kind of, but they're not in Tootin's wheelhouse. That's the easy question.
It's Malik Willis and Keaton Mitchell, and originally he was thinking he could get Keaton Mitchell for like free, but now with the hype and stuff like that. But
I do like Malik Willis in super flex. I do like.
I do too.
I guess that maybe it's almost like.
But would you risk like taking a little off Tootin to put on Malik, or would you rather just get the player and worry about getting another quarterback?
What's his name? Who asked this question?
It's Julian it's on Patreon, but I thought it was a good one to bring up.
So he's not here right now. I guess I'll ask.
He watches shows, and I'm gonna timestamp it for him.
Okay.
So he can come. He's here.
Okay.
He's
Julian, I would say this, bro. I would say that if you can look at the historical data, and is anybody dropped full wattage or half wattage or whatever, like if you did 50-50, does that trump any other thing you've ever seen where you get Willis and two?
Right.
If you think you could pull that off, I would, but look at all the previous drops. Find out if there's ever been anybody that's ever done something wild or crazy. If there are a bunch of conservative Calebs, you might be able to do split 50-50, but I 100% do not leave $1 left. You got to go after both. Those are league-winning ads. Malik Willis is pretty damn good for him.
It is. That's why I said it was kind of tough, but
yeah, that does make it tough.
The one silver lining, maybe, that there are a lot of people out there who still doubt Willis. So depending on who needs quarterbacks and what it looks
and
like.
Is it a 10-man? You said 10-man because he might stay on there. I think that might be why he went undrafted.
I don't know. Well, it's like it's the dynasty, so he's just on waivers from last year, which I don't know how Tootin is on waivers from.
All right, real quick, guys, I'm on the clock here. I got 10 seconds. Lamar, Bashal, Tootin, Trey Henderson, Devontae Adams. I think I'm going to take Tootin for sure here, so I got extra time.
Yeah.
So I have Tootin and Gibbs. I have McBride and London. I can go Adams here, or I could go Hendy or Lamar. I think I'll punt Lamar, and I probably need to receive.
I would do.
Go Adams.
Adams.
DJ Moore.
Oh,
I like DJ Moore.
Adams. I like DJ Moore, but Adams is.
I did DJ Moore.
Adams is safer.
I think DJ Moore's going to ball.
Yeah.
I want to go.
I don't know.
Is Adams safer than DJ Moore? I don't
yes. No, DJ Moore's safer than Adams, I think.
That's kind of
really.
Yeah.
I like DJ Moore this year. I think Adams has a certain floor. I don't know.
These guys I'm not saying they're going to get hurt or they're going to fall off, but it's the same thing with Henry. Like, he's older, so that there is.
I don't know if you.
I just think his path to success is easy. Is what I'm saying. Like, he can just have the way he gets his touchdowns.
Nobody should be speaking about DJ Moore like he dropped off, though. He was misused in Chicago, and they got rid of him.
Yeah, 100% misused.
And he did not 100%. Like Caleb. He did not like Caleb. He didn't like playing with Caleb, and he's not even that supportive of Caleb now.
He stood up for Justin Fields. You're right.
If you see the interview he just did today, DJ Moore, when he was asked, I forget, I think it was that one guy that does the angry runs. What's his name? So he was interviewing him, and he said, what did he say? He said, what do you think about Caleb? He goes, he's getting there. And he grinned. And then he goes, well, what do you mean by that? And he's like, he's on the Madden cover. He's all vaulted, all the way to superstardom. And yeah, that's great for him. Kudos to him. And he completely was like faking it. And then he said, what, do you think he's handling it well? Or he said something about, I forget what he asked. I'm going to put on my Instagram. But DJ Moore was completely not. He's like, he goes, he's still got a lot to learn. He's coming around. Like, it's the first time you've ever heard anybody say something honest about Caleb and how he has a lot to still learn before you just putting this statue in front of the stadium and giving him ownership of the team. It was great to see DJ Moore because he can't stand playing with Caleb. We said this from the beginning. He throw his helmet down. He hated the hospital balls. He was constantly fed. Rome says Lions, Bears, Vikings, Packers, book it. Okay. Do you mean Indiana? Did you mean Indiana? I just didn't know if you were.
Yep.
Please put
I heard they're not doing it. Apparently, that's a bunch of Chicago fans. Or no presser tomorrow. I don't know. I guess
they're doing it. It's fine. It gets finalized tomorrow.
Are they?
What are they?
I've been looking up on Twitter.
I did the report on it today.
That's the news. Yeah.
No, I know,
It
but
says it's
I just
expected to be finalized tomorrow.
Don't take JD5. Don't take JD5. Don't take JD5. Don't take JD5. Yes.
I know all the Chicago fans are saying it's not going to happen.
Marv, DK, or Kraft. Marv. Oh, I got McBride. Never mind. I'll go Marv.
Yeah. I was going to say Marv.
And I could get Wilson maybe to that's a pretty good team there. London, DJ Moore, Marvin Harrison, JD5, Gibbs, Tootin, McBride.
I like it. Yeah.
And I don't know if this guy's listening, but Pickens, I mean, he could go that high, but I feel like Pickens is always there at the 1-2 or the 2-3 turn. Lately, he's been there. I guess weekly winners. This is weekly winners. I forgot I'm doing weekly winners. I thought I was drafting Best Ball Mania. Does that change any of my picks? I didn't think about that. Like I was in my head drafting. I don't think so. It certainly doesn't make me worried about DJ Moore getting hurt or anything, having weekly winners. Would I have drafted potentially Lamar though? I don't care. I got JD5, so it wouldn't have mattered. No, I think it's fine for week. I don't think there's a single misstep for weekly winners. Marv is kind of a weekly winner guy anyway. Like I'm not sure what his sum total of body of work will be this year, but I'm sure he'll have some good production. It's a good looking squad there.
So with that pickup he's doing, you're definitely prioritizing Tootin over Malik Willis though, correct?
Well, his quarterbacks are kind of concerning. Stroud and Young, I hate. Okay. I don't know if you can trade both of them for like one. But
them as QB2s.
Yeah.
I don't want them.
I like Willis a lot more.
But I guess it depends who else he has at running back too.
Yeah.
And Julian, I saw him say I was thinking of doing 40% on Tootin and 50% on Willis, but that's
do 50-50, bro. Yeah. Do 50%, bro. Don't scrimp on this. Like, you're saving for what? Those are the two picks. Those are the best picks of the year. That'd be funny if he's like, well, I didn't know if I should like pick up ETJ too. Like this league sounds a little Mickey Mouse if you got Willis and Superflex available and then Tootin. Maybe nobody's scrambling for it. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. And the thing is though, like you just have to know you know your league better than us, but if you do it on both guys, especially if you do a little less and you're trying to save some. Imagine if you get neither. Again, you know your lead, so maybe it's easier.
He's borderline putting it all on Tootin, and then now 60 or 50-40. Yeah, no way, bro. Don't leave a dime. Don't leave a dime. You'll be regretting it. Harold Fannin, but I got McBride, so I don't necessarily need it. Marvin Harrison Jr. Who do I have? I have Tootin and Gibbs. What do you think, boys? This is weekly winners. The Fannon's got huge home run ability. And I know we say don't bully tight end, but this is free. This is free territory here. Fannin and Stafford or Fannin and Mahomes. I think I'm going to
go Fannin and Mahomes.
And Stafford seems, I guess you like Mahomes. I think Stafford's safer this year.
For weeklies, I might be okay with Stafford.
I don't mind Stafford in weeklies.
No, Stafford as well.
Okay, so I have JD5 and Stafford. I got Fannin and McBride. My three starting wide receivers are London, Moore, and Harrison. Luis dropping a extender.
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes.
Thank you, Luis. Appreciate you. So Luis wants to see this play out. He says Cowboys Commanders NFC Championship. Hold on one second. That'd be crazy for the division. Thank you, Luis. Appreciate you. So so I got Stafford and JD5. I got McBride and Fannin. I got Gibbs and Tootin. I have London, Moore, and Harrison, and then I got Fannin as my flex, really. So I just need a backup wide receivers that could also contend with the flex or running back here or there. I could grab Pacheco to just kind of lock in one of the RBs. Well. Where did Brooks go? 74. That's why I never saw him. I'm like, why haven't I seen Brooks on my... And that was early 7. He's starting to go earlier and earlier. I think people are getting pretty amped up about it. I think, Travis, we're looking at maybe a week more before he starts going like in the late 5 or something, and we can't get him. Not that I wouldn't entertain it, but I don't know. Huh?
Who was it?
I just Brooks. I think Brooks. I think he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right here at 74 at the top of 7. I think we got a week or two where he's going to stay in the 6th round.
Starting to feel like last call. Also, in dynasty leagues and stuff, like, see if someone's not paying attention, go and trade for him on the cheap.
Man, I like this weekly winner feel here. This is really, this could win Best Ball Mania or weekly winners. It's that kind of build. I really like this team. Next up, I'm kind of trying to plan ahead here. What do you guys think about going? Let's see, where would Stribling fall to? I don't think he could fall to the next set of picks, so I'll have to take both Debo and Stribling here. And given MHJ, this feels like a good, probably a good move. Or I could go Keaton Mitchell in one of them. I got 19. I got Samuel already. I have 19 seconds to decide if I'm going to go Stribling or Keaton Mitchell.
I go Mitchell. I mean, if you need.
Yeah, Mitchell has the upside. I mean, I guess they both do.
You know what? I like this idea because you know what? Stribling is probably going to have some good games, but we got to remember he's still a rookie, and it's not like he's going to ball all year long without hesitate. Like, we really got to count on Debo stepping up the games that he does, and that's the week. Him and Harrison, that's the week I'm going to have the chance is when Harrison or Debo step up. And I need Mitchell.
And weeklies with Mitchell, like think about what H did.
Yeah, it's H-hand potential.
Daniel. Yeah,
it's H-hand potential for sure.
He can have some big games. Sure.
I saw a prop where Jackson Dart was 5.5 TDs over. It looks really good, bro, until you realize he's a concussion away from like a, it seems like a lock, but what if he gets hurt? Like, I mean, does he last till week 6? And I love Dart. I'm just saying, like it feels like a trap.
And you'd be surprised that the backup Winston.
Yeah, Winston. Hey, neighbors, go long all day long. Here's 55 attempts.
Yeah, that would actually be like unreal. Just long ball all day.
I wonder, like, how many quarterbacks actually have that many rushing touchdowns.
You imagine you're like, man, I'm gonna put everything on this, and then Dart goes out there, scores 3 touchdowns in week 1, and then in week 2 he's.
Yep. So I mean, Dart had 9 last year, but he was was just running like a maniac.
And that was like under 10 games, right? 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, something.
He's such a. It seems like a smash. 5.5. I mean, you almost like that's the easiest call in the world, but and then you say to yourself, "Wait a minute." Okay, 14.
Well, call it 12.
Okay, 12. Yeah,
12 games.
12 games. How many touchdowns? 9 and 12 games.
9 rushing.
Jeez.
Yep.
It sounds like too good to be true, but it might be.
At the same time, though, only 4 quarterbacks ran for 8 or more touchdowns all year. So, you weigh it.
I mean,
you could definitely be in that group.
I mean, as a rookie, MHJ's line looked like a dream come true, and he missed it by 50 yards probably or something like that.
Wow, he ran a lot. He had 86 attempts rushing. Jackson Dart.
How many yards did he have per start? Don't count the games he didn't start though. Like you can probably tell by the.
Let me take out those 2. So that would be. You're talking about rushing yards, right?
Yeah. How many rushing yards per start? How many starts do you have? How many starts are you giving him? 10?
12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12. Because he played 14 games, but the first 2 games he didn't do anything in.
Okay. So 12.75 touchdown pace is what he, and then how many yards per game?
Rounds up to 41 yards per game.
41 times 17. So 700 yards and 12 touchdowns is what Dart was cooking up pace-wise. It's crazy. That's a guy that loves to run right there. That man loves to run the football. You guys like Travis Hunter and Jonah Coleman here? I got Pacheco. I'm going to miss if I don't grab him here now, though. Chica Conquest there. Do I need Pacheco?
Not for sure.
Not in week.
Up to you.
And I don't care. I'm going to go Jonah Coleman.
Yeah, no, I would do Coleman.
Yeah, in weekly.
And let's go Hunter. So Hunter, Debo, MHA, DJ Moore, and London. I like that.
Look at all the tight ends sitting there.
You know what I was kind of like, the only thing I would, if I reverse engineer this team looks great, by the way. I'm so happy with it. The only thing that I would reverse or look to reverse engineer to see if I liked it would be if I would have gone Rice instead of London, then I would have probably went Mahomes instead of Stafford. So I have Mahomes and Rice, and it's weeklies, and I feel really good about Rice and weeklies. Maybe I like that a little bit better, just being honest. But London has had
London was
last.
I was gonna say
Yeah, last year had 3 number 1 overall wide receiver finishes, so maybe I'm being hard on him. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe London and Stafford might be better for weeklies. I don't know. It's close.
I just said London because I don't think you take them as much as you take Rice, so I just kind of said that just for a difference. Yeah. But
do it live. Next up, I like Tesla in weeklies. I like Tank Bigsby in weeklies. I like Cyrus Allen. Marvin Harrison, I could go Brissett. I don't know. Part of me wants to go Beck at the end of the draft. I guess I don't mind. Sean Tucker's always a nice running back for weeklies. Just
he was pops off a couple weeks.
3 TD games like out of nowhere. Kalen Black and Jordan James are really good for this format. Wouldn't that be cool if they had an IR spot? like if you drafted a player that's on IR, they go straight to an IR spot, and then like a down whatever. I don't know. Maybe just you're gonna have there'd be some really cool. And I also thought it'd be really cool to have like some sort of dynasty format to where like you come back and it's a 5-year length, and you instead of paying $5, it's $5 but times 5 if you want to join, and then you just watch it through the course of 5 years. It would be really badass. Like a short-term 5-year dynasty, that'd be great. I mean, if anything, it would keep people playing for, you're basically saying, hey, I think it's a good idea, but they don't listen to me.
And so what would you do? Like, there would be like a supplemental rookie draft or something where you could.
I mean, you could do things like that.
And add a guy.
Yeah, but organizing that, I think you just write it out.
Write it out.
Yeah, I don't think people would show up or be alerted, or it wouldn't work. Knowing what I know and how I deal with massive numbers of people and getting people to get like it never work. It never. Yeah, it'd have to be just one sitting and done dynasty.
That would be cool though, because it would change a lot, because it's best ball, but it's like, okay, do I want to take a Stafford, or do I want to take name your older player, if this is a 3-year or a 5-year or whatever.
I think the running stable turned out pretty good. Pretty good. Gibbs and Tootin. And then I have Mitchell, Coleman, Bigsby, Tucker. And I'm not worried about the receivers because MHJ is my 3rd, Debo's my 4th, and Hunter's my 5th, and I'm not worried about that. I got the 2 tight ends. Not worried about bye weeks or anything like that in weeklies. It's a good-looking squad. I'll say that. Let me put it on screen here. Feels really, really solid. We got, how many picks do we have left? I think I'm just going to keep smashing 3 more. Geez, 3 more. I think I'm going to keep smashing the RBs. Because Stafford and JD5 are week 7 and week 11 bye weeks. So not that I'm worried about buys, but I'm covered there. I don't really, if they both were to go down, my team would lose anyway. Here's the team real quickly while we're waiting for it to come back around. It is JD5, Stafford, Gibbs, Tootin, Keaton, Mitchell, Coleman, Bigsby, Tucker, Drake, London, DJ Moore, Marvin Harrison Jr., Debo, Hunter, and Trey McBride and Fannin. Pretty good in weeklies. And these are the kind of teams that win weeklies. You'd think like, okay, in Best Ball Mania, maybe it wouldn't win, maybe it would. Hard to say. But that was a really good-looking squad. Keaton Mitchell was key. I think that was the greatest pick we made. DJ Moore, Marv, Debo. I like it. Debo's fantastic in this format. It's a good-looking weekly winner. Let me put some emojis in that description. Put a bunch of laughing emojis. Like, how'd you let me draft that team? Is what I'm thinking when I put it in there. All right, boys. Anything else?
I guess before we get out of here, what do you think? Your thoughts on the Cleveland situation, quarterback wise? It's looking like Watson, or does it look like Sanders? I can't really decipher it. It seems like there's so much smoke.
One's starting this coming game, then the other's starting the other game. So we know there's even
I guess
more.
We're gonna find out. Yeah,
more ambiguity than you're even suggesting. It's gonna come down to how they play.
I feel like they just want to give the nod to Watson, but I think, like you mentioned earlier in the offseason, it's probably best for Shedeur anyway.
Yeah, we want Shedeur to take it, and then he has nothing to threaten or get nervous about or anything like that. Because once Watson fails...
That irritates me with Fannin, though, as a Fannin owner, knowing Shedeur is the right QB for his...
Yeah, that'll be the takeaway. That'll be the takeaway if Shedeur does get the nod. The other thing I said the other night, though, I do kind of circle back to sometimes, and I say, wait a minute, what am I saying? If Shedeur can't hold off because of that, then he's not going to make it anyway. You know? I keep reminding myself of that. I guess I will go. I guess I will go Pacheco here. And then I think I'm gonna roll with Kalen Black. Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Like, what great quarterback is thrown off because of Deshaun Watson? So, like, he's not the guy if he can't.
Well, my thing is it Shador's to actually win if he outplays him, or does Deshaun have an edge because of the contract still?
That's going to be part of it for sure. I mean, they're paying him $47 million.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, even a lot of the footage I've seen, it looks like Shador has outplayed him, but does it matter because they have money tied up?
I think if Watson is somewhat competent, he'll start the year, but he's not going to finish it. And I think if Shador looks as good as he has, he's going to take it. You know, I mean, if they're winning games, they'll keep Watson in. But I think Monken likes Shador, and if Shador is, playing well, I don't think Monken's going to put up with Watson being in there just for a contract.
Yep. All right, boys. 35 seconds. Let me go over to Chuck Nasty. Final 10 seconds. Go. Oh, Rock Out. You haven't said anything, Rock Out. Yeah, go ahead.
Rock Out
Chuck.
first?
No, go to Chuck and then I'll go to Rock Out. Go ahead.
Okay. Go Tootin. Go Pickens.
Right.
Big ears. Go
Chuck.
Indiana Bears. That's all I got.
Indiana Bears to the moon later.
Yeah.
Rock Out. Let me come back full screen. I don't even, Rock Out. You haven't even talked. What's up? You're live. How long you been there? Sometimes when I add a call, it doesn't show the name yet, and then I add it. I'm like, hey, mute yourself, and then later on the name pops up. It's finicky. So I had no idea you were in there. What's up?
So, what are you thinking about Laporta? He's like the forgotten man in Detroit, and of course, J-Mo been taking over lately.
I don't know. I like Laporta, but have I drafted him one time in I don't know. I think I've had drafts like 700 drafts or something. Not once.
Right.
I might have timed out on him somewhere, but I just...
Yeah, me either.
I can't see the ceiling on him. Like, I can't really picture him being a top 3 fantasy wide receiver. Or
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
He
I'm
needs
just
the
taking all
touchdown.
the guys in that range. Yeah.
To get your value
like,
back.
I don't know. He could have, 600 to 800 yards with 11 touchdowns, I guess, and that would be good. But
yeah,
like
you
you
need the
said,
touchdowns
J-Mo.
to get your value back.
I mean, what it comes down to is Fannon's there, Kraft is there in 7-8, Fannon's there in 9, and Conco is there in
Right.
double-digit rounds.
I mean,
I want all those guys over the
Ferguson,
board
like,
anyway.
Is he going to be
Goddard
much
and
better than
Conquo later.
Ferguson?
What, Travis?
I was just saying, like, in Ferguson later, like, is he really going to put up much better numbers than a Jake Ferguson? Like, a couple
Or a
rounds
Goddard.
later?
Or
Yeah, I don't
Goddard.
think so.
Goddard.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Rock Out, anything else, my boy? Appreciate you.
That's about it. I guess I'll catch you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, my boy. I'm going to do a Cyrus Allen stripling video tomorrow, I hope. All right. See you later, pal.
All right, cool.
Oh, you, Bruce, one time. Not one time. Michael from San Diego, final thought, please.
Yeah, final thought. I wanted to use an argument, or your argument against you. Earlier, you did mention a good point, how Dak he doesn't have to have outstanding numbers for CD and Pickens to both produce. That's how I feel about Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith. It doesn't have to be an insane season for Jalen Hurts, but Smith should have a large, chunk of the pie. So
Well,
I'll get out of here on that.
But we are talking about 4,000 yards and 34 touchdowns versus 2,900 yards and 19 scores.
But you were saying even on the low end, right? Like if you just
but the low
Pickens and CD's yardage,
the,
that's not even
the low end was 3,800 yards and 33 touchdowns. That was the low end. So I'm just saying you don't need to be. I'm not asking Jalen Hurts to be number one. I'm not asking Dak to be number one. But if Jalen Hurts has a tough time getting into the top 5, even with his running, how in the hell can he score anywhere near? It's a little bit different, but I hear you.
No, not making a big thing. It's just a question. I wanted a rebuttal. How many touchdowns do you think Devonta Smith will have, Mike?
I think he will be anywhere from 10 to 12 this year.
Woo.
Oh, whoa. Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's more than he weighs.
Oh,
All right,
hey, man,
Michael.
Small guy, big heart.
Small guy, big lion heart. All right, see ya, Michael. See you later.
Yep.
Travis, final thought.
Yeah. Well, two quick things. Adunze picking up all the time with Burden sitting out. That can only be good for him, right? And I saw something today. He looks good. So, do you think that gives him like a significant edge, or do you think Burden comes back and just jumps right back in?
I guess think of it like this: if you're two employees in a TPS report facility, and they're all stamping TPS reports, and they're all looking promising, and little Stevie looks like he's a little bit better than Billy Bob, and then Stevie suffers carpal tunnel, and he's got to sit out for a couple weeks, and they were close anyway, and Billy Bob's stamping away for 2 weeks straight. There's just more opportunity, it's just going to prepare Billy Bob to hang with little Stevie's going to have a little bit more competition than he thought, because Billy Bob is just 2 weeks ahead, trained like a madman, stamping his little heart out. And, it doesn't do anything to Burden other than now Caleb's more comfortable throwing to Adunze and Loveland. So you got to think that there's a chance hey, I love everybody the same now. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I like Adunze. All right, thanks, Smitty. Right. Don't forget to play the Dak attack for.
Dak attack. Yeah, Shelly, you still there? All right, later. Thanks, Travis.
Thanks, Smitty. Bye.
Deuce.
Now Dak attack. Now Dak attack.
You still there, Shelly?
Lamb.
Oh, there it is. Okay, good.
Pickens.
Dak attack.
Lamb.
Dak attack.
Pickens.
Dak attack. Dak attack. Sing it with me, Gump. Dak attack. Sing it, Gump.
No, I can't.
Dak.
Listen, I got so laughed at. But anyway, it's game day today. You watching the game today? Freaking game day today.
Why are you whispering? Why are you whispering to me?
It's late at night, and I'll wake everybody up.
Well, why are you calling with me?
It's game freaking day. Yes, game day. Preseason, I'm talking about. They're going to kill each other out there. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Gump, go to bed.
You gonna watch the game?
No, Gump. I do this for a living. I decided I'm not watching games anymore.
Come on, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the game, Gumpy. Of course I am. What do I look like?
Oh, I did want to ask you a question. Who's that backup person that played at the Hall of Fame game for the Cardinals? He looked pretty good out there.
You mean the starter, Carson Beck? He might be the starter.
Yeah, he looked good out there. Who was the guy that he was playing against?
Oh, yeah. Well, Haynes, he ended up getting injured, unfortunately. So he's not during the game, but he'll be out, I guess, like a month or something. So that kind of cooled off that train. But he may eventually take over or something. Haynes looked good. He won the game. He looked fantastic. There was two great backup quarterbacks going neck and neck. It was great.
Is he a backup or is he a starter?
Gump, do you watch football? do you watch anything outside the Detroit Lions? Don't you know Bryce Young's the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers? I don't think he watched ball.
Smitty, are you tailgating today on the game?
Am I tailgating a preseason game? No, I'm not tailgating a preseason game.
Yeah, come on.
Have you ever not seen me in a studio before a game? I mean, what Gump, have you ever watched this show? I don't think you're watching now. I don't think you even do it live. I think you just ran the ball and got lucky.
Are you going live during the game? All
right, Gump, you don't even know when I go live. That's really offensive to me. You don't even do you know what time the show starts?
8 o'clock Eastern.
Okay. There you go. I'm live every day, 8 p.m. Eastern, so we're live before games, naturally, right?
Okay.
And I'm live at midnight
Yeah.
Eastern. Then I'm live whenever news breaks or when Gump calls with breaking news, and I go live.
So what the big question I wanted to ask you was, because our center went down for 5 months. Cave May's going to be down for like 10 weeks.
Mays took a hit.
Is that going to drop the ADP on Pacheco and stuff? Is that dropped?
Pacheco's hurt right now, Gump. Do you know that? Do you know Pacheco's injured? He might not. He might be back for.
He might be back. Man, it's tough life out here, isn't it?
Gump, you got to watch the show. Like, you're gonna know who's injured, who's not. Pacheco's hurt right now. But why are you asking about when you call in and you say, "Hey, the center went down"? Is that going to be okay for Pacheco? What makes you not like overzealous to the moon about Gibbs? Like, what's making you even talk about Pacheco when Gibbs is about to have maybe one of the best running back seasons ever? And you don't even mention his name, and that's your guy. You have the best running back in the league, and you're not. He's why is Gump calling when he's on the phone? Did he hang up on himself? Gump, Gump. Why are you not talking about Gibbs ever? Why you call and talk about Pacheco? You have the best running back in the league. It's about to drop a LaDainian Tomlinson season, and you first thing out of your mouth is, "Does the center going down hurt Pacheco?"
Well, I think if I talk about Gibbs too much, then something I wish I.
Yeah, let's not talk about the best player in fantasy. Let's talk about Pacheco.
Well, I don't want to jinx him. Let's put a bubble wrap on everybody in the Lions. Is it time to bubble wrap?
Gump, it's wrong, man.
What?
What's going on?
Should we start talking bubble wrap?
No.
Huh?
No. Can you please, before I hang up on you for not, doing what your boy Smitty's asking you to do, tell everybody in 2 sentences or less about the pool story with Calvin Johnson, please, because Gump knows Calvin Johnson.
Well, it's a kind of long story.
Okay, 4 sentences.
Well, we took off from Tony's house, right? Me and Jim did. They call him Dr. Z, Dr. Zodiac, and then we headed towards the training camp. All right.
Okay.
And then, but first we went to Alex's house.
Oh.
That's Tony's son, Alex, right?
Oh.
We went to Alex's house.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then Jim come walking out of the back of the house, and he just fell, and he got too drunk. I didn't drink. I don't drink. But he was out of it.
Keep going.
Well, then daybreak happened. And I said, Jim, you got to go with me to training camp. He goes, I don't know if I go. Well, I threw Jim in the car, right? I threw him in there. I said, you're going to training camp.
Like 8 sentences later, but go ahead. Can you just skip to your at training camp? Because does Jim and Bob and Nancy, does any of this have anything to do with the story?
Dr. Z. But anyway, we got to training camp, and Jim was at the practice the whole time. But Billy, that's the security guy for the team, which was Elvis's security guard for a long time. His name was Billy, and he had this chain on with TCB. I don't know if you know what TCB, taking care of business. That's what Elvis would do. And I go, what do you got that TCB on? Because if you ever go to Graceland, you know what TCB means. So he goes, well, because I was Elvis's bodyguard. I said, no, wait, no, you weren't. He goes, yes, I was. I go, no, you weren't. He goes, yes, you was. Jim's up.
Gump. Calvin Johnson.
I'm almost there.
Okay.
So Jim's sitting up on the stands, but they call him Silent Jim because he would never talk to anybody for hours. But he was out of it. You know, and he loop-de-loo. And he's sitting on the stands just staring into space. Well, Jim's got the attention of everybody because he stayed in one place like a statue in the stands in a training camp. And then Calvin Johnson kind of walked over there because he was kind of interested in what was going on because Billy was over there. And Billy goes, "You talk a lot." I go, "Yeah, I guess I do. But your friend over there hasn't said a word all day. He sat there in the sun all day. He hasn't." And then Calvin was sitting there. Then all of a sudden, Calvin Johnson said, "Why won't he say anything?" Because Calvin, if you ever met Calvin, he don't say much. Did you know that? You know, Calvin Johnson doesn't talk much. He's kind of a quiet one. Did you know that?
I haven't talked to him like you, Gump. I didn't know him like.
No, Calvin is kind of. He's not an extrovert. He's an introvert. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so he noticed Jim Jim was out doing what Calvin would do. And then finally Jim came over. I said, "Jim, get over here. This is Calvin Johnson." And we started talking.
Is Calvin? Is Calvin signing autographs, or how you just like you kind of aren't telling the story, like so we know what's going?
No, because of Jim. Listen, because of Jim on the stands, because he was out of it and he was silent Jim. Calvin was wondering what was going on right along with Billy. That was
so. Let me get this straight. Calvin Johnson's at camp, and he laser locks on your friend Jim and says, "Why isn't Jim talking?"
Well, no. Yeah, he was curious, very curious, because Jim was silent. Jim was out there.
He doesn't have enough on his plate. He's just sitting there going.
Well, he was over there with Billy
talking. Okay, so he walks over. Calvin Johnson walks over,
and then I got Jim over there, right?
Okay,
so
now, Jim, come on over here and take a look at this. Okay.
No, I started talking to Jim. I told Jim, "Get on over here. Calvin's talking to us." He didn't know. He didn't even know who Calvin Johnson was. And I told Jim, I says, "Get Calvin Johnson's autograph." And you know what Jim told Calvin Johnson?
What did Jim? He spoke.
Okay. Yeah, he spoke. He said no. He said no. And Calvin just laughed. He just started laughing so freaking hard. Just laughed. I mean, just to the point where it was just so funny. It was no. And it just shocked Calvin that somebody didn't want his autograph.
Kind of like going up to a girl and saying that dress doesn't look good on you, and then walking away.
Well, I don't know. It was.
Wait a minute, why not? And then she comes over and is like trying to win you over. Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to say you manipulated Calvin Johnson into not wanting his autograph so he'd hang out with you?
I didn't manipulate. He was just in awe of Jim.
In awe.
Silent was Jim. Awe of silent Jim.
Calvin signing autographs. I'm in awe of that man that's silent over there.
Silent Jim. But anyway.
Okay.
And so while I was sitting there and then we started talking football, me and Calvin. Right.
Okay, but real quickly, let me map out the story. So Calvin, was he signing autographs when he got pulled over? You're not really describing how Calvin got over to be fascinated with Silent Jim. Are there ropes? Like, how did Calvin fall? How did he gravitate to come talk to you?
Because we were on this before the Lions became famous as far as the team and stuff, and they had all this hoopla stuff. Training camp wasn't as big as it is now. They only had like a stands there and stuff like that.
Okay. So he just walked up to you.
Yeah, I told Jim, "Get over here." But Jim always listened to me.
So Silent Jim.
Yeah.
Lures him over with his silent presence, and then you and him just start talking. He says, "I'm just going to hang out here and talk to God."
Jim didn't talk.
Right. Jim said no. He just said, "Okay." So Calvin says, "I'm not busy right now. Can I just hang out and talk with you?"
Well, he didn't say it that way. He just said, I said, "I play some football."
Action. His action.
And I told him, I said, well, it's kind of, we started talking football, this and that, and, for a while. And I said, "I've kind of noticed that you dropped a few balls before." I said, do you want to fix that?" And
so,
he goes,
hold on. So you say, "Calvin, I noticed you dropped a few balls," which I don't know that there's any evidence of that ever happening, Gump, by the way.
Okay.
You saw some anomaly happen right in front of your eyes, and you go, "Calvin, you dropped a few balls. Do you want to fix that?" And then what was his response?
Well, then I said, "Well, hey, do you want to know about the food trail?"
The what? The foot pool? What'd you say?
The swimming pool
Swimming
drill.
pool drill. Okay, so you said I got a swimming pool drill for you, Calvin. Okay, go ahead.
But I told him, I says, Calvin, when I tell you the drill, you can't tell anybody about the drill. We don't want everybody knowing about the drill.
Yeah, it can't get out.
No, it can't, because I want to use it someday to try to bring somebody along. And every cowboy out there that knows about the swimming pool drill, well, guess what? It ain't going to be much of a drill.
It makes sense. Okay,
but if you noticed, after I told him about the swimming pool drill, guess who got a house with a swimming pool? Matthew Stafford. Have you ever seen that big swimming pool he had right there?
So how did Matthew Stafford hear about it? You think Matthew Stafford and Calvin had a conversation?
Well, the whole freaking team was watching.
So he didn't keep it a secret. He told the quarterback.
No, but because I told him to use it.
That might be a deal breaker for future secrets and drills. But okay, so Matthew Stafford, you were single-handedly responsible for Matthew Stafford getting a swimming pool, and then you told Calvin about the swimming drill.
But when I met Matthew Stafford, he didn't know it was me, so he told me just to take a picture. But I had Colin with me. That was the next time. I had Colin with me that got in the football at the high school game, got knocked out, and the ambulance came on the field. And I told Matthew Stafford, sign his stuff. He said, and then Stafford told me to take a picture. I was mad as heck. Every time I make a shot or something, I say, take a picture.
So Gump, you tell Calvin Johnson.
So when they won the Super Bowl and that lady was trying to take his picture, she fell off the stage. But
Gump, focus. You told Calvin Johnson about the pool drill. And then what? And then he didn't drop footballs anymore. You're saying, and then you saw him again later. You saw him again later, and he said what to you about the pool drill?
No, if you were there, everybody was. I mean, it was the funniest thing ever. Then we were talking about stuff, and then Calvin just started laughing hard. He couldn't believe it. It was like meeting the Beverly Hillbillies. You know what I mean? It was like meeting Jethro Bodine and his brother.
Shane has a question real quick, Gump. He wants to know, did you teach Elvis how to shake?
I've been to Graceland.
Okay.
That's another story.
All right, last question, then I gotta go.
That's a whole. Well, I knew somebody that knew Elvis and knew his whole family. But supposedly Elvis is still alive over there in Missouri. Did you know that?
Okay, yeah. Gump, real quick, last question, then I got to go.
Okay. He's a preacher out of Missouri.
When you saw Calvin again, I thought I remember you telling the story. Calvin thanked you for telling him about the pool drill, right?
Well, that day he thanked me a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, before he did. You have no confirmation that the pool drill solved all of his problems.
I know it did. I watched the game. Trust me. One of the first things, if I met Calvin, he'd know exactly where I was. And he'd
all of a sudden,
where's Jim? Where's Jim? That would be the first thing out of Calvin.
All these players getting pools out of nowhere was a little odd, I will say.
Hmm?
Gump, I appreciate the story. Thank you so much for story time.
Okay, wait a minute.
I gotta go, Gump.
You gotta go?
I do gotta go. Yeah.
You didn't answer the question the other day about Johnny Football. Are you a fan of Johnny Football?
I think Johnny Football's time has come and gone, Gump.
Come on,
unless you could get him in front of a pool. You said you wanted to keep it a secret to bring someone around. Maybe about bringing somebody back. The pool drill could do this.
Boy, if I could meet Calvin again and talk to him about Johnny Football, we could get Johnny Football motivated again. We need a backup quarterback. I don't know if you heard that Teddy Bridgewater retired.
Well, I think Johnny Football, the pool. You get him a pool.
Well,
get him in a pool.
I mean, I know, but Smitty, are you not a Johnny Football fan?
Well, I think Johnny Football
You got to
probably
come out
is
of the
a
closet.
little
Are
bit
you a
past his
Johnny
prime.
Football?
I mean, yeah, in college, Gump, but I think we're probably past that.
Well, he's only 3 years older than Mahomes.
Well, I mean, he might have a better chance getting Andrew Luck to want to play football again. All right, Gump, I got to go. The Johnny Football thing ain't happening. Not unless you can get him in a pool in the next 24, 48 hours. It's probably not. You don't have enough time to get him ready. Okay, Gump?
Anybody else would probably have a hard time with Johnny Football,
Yeah.
but I could whip him. I could whip him into
Well,
shape.
I think you should go confirmation.
Listen, if Johnny Football calls up, then let me know and just say, hey, Johnny, if Gump will be calling in. He really wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Coach
I'll
Gump
keep
wants
that
to-
in mind if Johnny Football ever calls in. Thank you, Gump.
Just put a SOS, a message in the bottle.
Okay, let me speak to him now. Johnny Football, if you're watching right now, Johnny Manziel, we would love to have you call into the show. So this is my
Gump's got a plan.
Gump has a plan. It might involve a pool. It might involve
and
like
a comeback.
A little plastic ball bin, like at the McDonald's, where you jump in. It might involve a couple of different ideas. Maybe a rock climbing wall. We'll get you back where you need to get. We got a track record. Calvin Johnson as a testimonial. Silent Bob be involved, but you wouldn't hear him. He'd be really quiet.
Silent Jim.
No, he's there. Silent Jim. Okay, Gump, I gotta go.
Dr. Z. That's
right.
it, huh?
Thanks, Dr. Z.
You watching the game, having pizza the whole bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you a Lions fan? Are you honoring your Lions?
One of the biggest Jameer Gibbs fans you could find. So I think.
How about Detroit Lions? All right,
Gump, I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow. We're live at 8 p.m. Eastern and before. We'll be live before. We're live at midnight Eastern to wrap up the game. Gump, I'll see you later. I appreciate you.
You're really good at what you do, Smitty. You are the Tin Man. You are Smitty.
Gump,
you are Smitty the Tin Man. There ain't no doubt about it.
Watch the show, but you say that, but I don't think you watch the show though, Gump.
Listen, I do. I got to be in a position to become famous.
Then I need you to put it on rewind and we'll
Did
listen.
you want me to do that music? Did you want me to do that music for the show and stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Smitty the Tin Man. I
won't play.
I got the lyrics. I got the Smitty the Tin Man.
Hit me with it.
I'm shaking in the wind.
Hit me with it. Go.
Listen. I'm Smitty the Tin Man. No, it doesn't go that way.
Okay, when are you calling? Okay,
no. It goes. I'm shaking in the wind. Smitty the Tin Man.
Calm down.
I'm shaking in the wind.
Gump.
Smitty the Tin Man. I want to win again. Smitty the Tin Man. Help me win again. Smitty the Tin Man. Yes, he's going to help me win again. I'm going to have that money in my pocket because my friend Smitty the Tin Man is going to help me win again.
Let me get a couple more lines. Let me get the music down. I need to use this. Go ahead.
I don't have it down. You got the guitar? Did you plug it in? Jim would like it if you plugged it in. Plug that sucker in. Just come on. One day at the end of the show, just plug it in, crank it up, wake everybody up. Just do it. You got plugged in?
Okay. All right, go.
Okay. I need it like just
You ready?
You got it? Are you ready?
You need something low?
Yeah, give me some okay, let's hear what you got.
Can you hear that? Can everybody hear that? Or is my limiter not allowing it to go through? Let's see if the chat can hear that. Can everybody hear that, or is it actually no sound? If not, I got to change microphones because this limiter will limit everything weird, like a guitar.
You get the white cowboy hat and the silver glasses.
Oh, hold on. We need confirmation. Can't hear. Okay. Hold on, Gump. Where's my other mic? Okay, hold on.
Now, if you want, we could put the Calvin Johnson story in there too.
Hold on, Gump. Gump, hold on, please.
The cowboy hat.
Testing 1 2. Gump, ready?
Yeah. Hit it, twang it. Come on, twang it.
It can't play too loud, okay? We gotta do what we gotta do.
Twang
Okay,
it,
Gump, I
twang
need
it.
I need you to
twang
go.
it.
This is our first rehearsal, and I already feel a little frustrated, Gump. Okay, I need you to start singing. Go.
Okay. Right, what are your twang? Are you there?
Gump, are you not listening?
Okay, here we go.
Can you not hear the guitar, Gump? We're trying to rehearse here.
Okay.
Why are singers always so frustrating?
Okay, give me the deep D. We need the bass E. You know what I'm saying? Give me dum 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 dum. Kind of like Silent Jim walking. Dum 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 dum. Can you do that? Kind of like almost like a slap bass, but you're doing your E string. Dum 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 dum. Can you get that?
Gump, do you not hear me play? Gump, do you hear me playing? I am playing right now.
Okay, here we go. Dum 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 dum.
Go, Gump, go.
Here comes Smitty, the Tin Man. Please help me. I'm shaking in the wind. I need some help once again. Give me the I need some help again. Smitty the Tin Man. I like his voice. I need some help again. Smitty the Tin Man. I got Silent Jim here with his friend Calvin. We wonder what Smitty the Tin Man can do for you. Here comes Smitty the Tin Man. Here comes Smitty the Tin Man. He's gonna help you win again. You get it?
We got it. We're good. All right, Gump, I gotta go.
Was it good?
Well, see, it was great. It's great. It's good for you.
All right. Well, no, we got to go in the studio.
We are. We're in the studio right now. Gump, gotta go. Appreciate you. Thank you, Gump. You're the man.
That's it.
Deuce.
Watch the game tomorrow. Late, yeah.
Finish him. Call terminated.
Jeez. Somehow we kept everyone live pretty much. We lost like 5 people out of 200 that were hanging around at the outro. We may have got a super chat on the way out. Gump from 345. Gump LT, yeah. Dan Campbell lost his Lieutenant Gump. Oh man. Thank you, 345. See you all tomorrow. Tin Man out.